Okay. Excellent connection. That's what we're here for. I've had this Disco Elysium dance music loop on for the past 10 minutes. It's driving me a little bit crazy. But I think... Well, I don't know. Hopefully we're back, you guys. Part 11, part 2 and a half. 11 and a half. But hey, it sent the notification out again, so it's not all bad. Okay. That was worth it to relive the karaoke scene. Good, yeah, silver linings. That's what it's all about, Shelbs. And now, you can see us dance in full glory. I have little recollection of what just happened for the past 5 minutes of in-game. We're looking good. That's what it's all about, you guys. Picking Streamlabs. Who would have guessed they were going to be my savior? Okay. I've been dancing for 10 minutes straight. I've got a break. The sword is such an intense addition. I'm glad he kept it. If only I had the gun in the other hand. What are you doing, Acel?
The young woman
stream
lifts
who
her
dis?
headphones up slightly.
What is this? 60 frames a second? What? What is this? It's more frames than I know what to do with.
Asil, aren't you going to dance?
Oh, please tell me we can all start dancing.
No, recording.
Ah, boring. She turns to Suna, then back to you. She briskly shakes her head and puts her headphones back on.
The lead programmer throws the other young woman.
It's not possible to live with the consequence of failing to get Kim to dance. Oh my god.
She's still at her mainframe,
Kim.
pressing buttons, reading printouts.
Kim.
But she started nodding her head along to
Get
the music.
in here.
What's going on here? Delinquents.
No, I said get in here and dance.
The lieutenant squeezes the bridge of his nose.
Come on.
The light reflects
I
off
think
his
Kim's
glasses,
got a mean
giving him
two-step
the
in him.
appearance Of a surgeon
What's up, Harkon?
in the middle of a tense
Did you talk to
procedure.
Egghead before this? Not if it was in terms of making the improving the music slightly. I know that was still a task. Is Kim dancing yet? Come on.
He's having trouble adjusting to the new
Come on.
reality before him.
Come on, Kim.
What's happening?
Do it for the vine. I'm undercover.
Good for you. Rock on then.
Hey, I called you to dance.
What?
This was a 3% chance. And now we need a 41. This is a red check. Okay, you guys, come on. Come on. +3 outrank him. That's it. Don't let the lieutenant leave without getting his hardcore on.
Who's the one in charge?
Let's
You are.
go. Lieutenant, I'm only going to pull rank on you once. And that time is now.
Are you kidding me?
I assure you, I am not. Now get your groove on, Lieutenant.
Get my what on?
The lieutenant leans closer, unable to make out your words over the pumping beats. I said, get your goddamn groove on. Boogie woogie.
Sheesh, okay.
He backs up with his hands raised in the air, observing the crisscross of your feet.
Okay, you psychopath. I see what you're doing there. It's jacked up footwork, plus some... Is that Ubi folk dancing?
At least we've had good rolls so far.
It's hardcore.
Yeah, whatever.
You talk a big talk, Lieutenant. Let's see some moves.
Oh yeah? I did 15 years in the juvenile crime unit. I can do age inappropriate. Now, check this shit out.
Let's go, Kimmy.
The lieutenant begins to
Oh.
heel kick the church floor.
Oh my
with
God.
Such
He's
intensity,
shuffling.
It's reasonable to fear he'll kick a hole right through it, causing the floor to crack and the pillars to collapse, bringing the church roof down on all of you.
This is what they say about trance music, isn't it? It's like, it fades out, but like it's just the same beat, but it just comes in waves, you know? I was losing my mind before when we were rocking 3 frames a second, and now it's the same beat, but it's coming back. It's coming back.
It doesn't look like he'd give a shit either.
Is there anything more I can do? I want to break the limits.
The dynamic motion of your flailing body is bordering
Best
on the
moment for a
extreme.
Kim stand.
You're going off the
Look
charts.
at him go.
You feel as if turning on the hyperdrive would be a point of no return. Feels almost melancholy. Are you sure you have the entire
Right,
posse
Kim's
along for this?
almost doing a TikTok dance. Together. Where are you?
Here we go again. Hardcore fills the air.
This is kind of a weak attempt, but
The sound above my hair.
The what now? The sound above your what?
ah,
Above my hair, man.
look at Kimmy go. I'm so proud of him.
Okay, this is too imbecilic. Excuse me.
Yes, Sabugo with the pro tip. We got this at 97. Turn on the hyperdrive.
On the coast.
Oh my
of the
God, we've rolled a
Martinez Inlet,
12,
in
a 10, and an
small
11
weather-beaten
today.
slave church, built
Go
380 years ago by settlers from the Occident, most likely to guard against an anomaly.
Before there
at
was
its
Fortnite
center.
dancing,
An
there
officer
was
of the
disco Elysium
RCM
dancing.
is contorting his body into idiotically rigid shapes as he invents the future of dance music.
Rolls are super hot today.
It's the hardest anyone has ever danced.
What is this strange feeling I keep having? This cold, even now.
I am La Rebachelière. I am the city.
What do you mean you are the city?
I am a fragment of the world spirit, the genius Loki of Revachol. My heart is the wind corridor. The bottom of my air is red. I have 100,000 luminous arms. Come morning, I carry industrial dust and
Turn
let
it
it
on,
settle
burn it
on
down.
tree leaves. I shake the dust from those leaves.
I am a
And
fragment
onto
of the
your coat.
world spirit?
I've seen you. I've seen you. I've seen you with her. And I've seen you without her. I've seen you on the crescent of the hill.
How are you talking to me?
The modulations of my voice are noted down with thermometers and barometers. You feel me in your nostrils, on the little hairs on the back of your neck. I also reside in your lungs and vestigial organs. Everywhere there is space.
But who am I? Why are you talking to me?
You are an officer of the citizens' militia, Jante and Rebut. When you wear your coat, you wear my soul.
Okay. So has she only ever spoken to me when we've had the coat on? I wonder.
You move through my streets freely, in motor carriages and on foot. You have access to the hidden
Well, it's
places.
probably just a metaphor.
You also circulate among those who are hidden. I need you. You can keep me on this earth. Be vigilant. I love you.
An officer of the RCM is lying
Oh,
on
no.
the floor of a small church with his eyes
We partied
rolled
too
back
hard.
and his tongue lolling out.
Never danced so hard
Several
I've literally
others are
communed
standing
with the soul
around
of a
him.
city.
He slowly comes to.
Few have, I imagine.
Had a good rest there?
I don't know about good.
Relax. People pass out while partying hard all the time.
Egghead does
You're
not
just
care.
dehydrated.
The music just stops for no one.
So, we should get going, maybe?
I'm just pure like a fish out of water, just flopped over. Ugh. Oh, I feel it in the joints.
You might be imagining it, but it feels like Egghead turned the volume down.
That's big
Such
for Egghead.
is his respect.
Man! Now, man! Now,
Interesting. He stutters with excitement.
now imagine if we could do that, right? But with like 1,000 people. End of human development. Mission complete.
Egghead don't care. Egghead slightly care. Every good detective needs to hear the city whisper her secrets to their soul, or something. I hear that's part and parcel of solid detective work, yeah. Right, ecstatic.
All right.
You're absolutely beat. Muscles relaxed and feet like noodles underneath.
I've been meaning to ask you, what's with the hair?
It's to express my
Okay, I do need to go to the
individuality.
gym. I just wanted to see this happen. Thank you for sticking with it, Shelbs. Appreciate it. Look at the floorboard. Talk to the washerwoman if you still don't get the option. To look under the floorboard? Okay, gotcha.
Is that a bald spot? It's hard to tell for sure. With
Thanks,
the fused together
Shelby.
Spikes,
Yeah,
looks
I would
like
have
it's
no
bald.
idea if the 11, the previous stream's VOD will be watchable, but hopefully. Catch you on the next one, Shelbs. Oh, is he hiding the bold spot? I'll call him out. Nah, I don't want to call him out. That's mean.
Maybe it was a bad idea. Anyway,
Alright, dude.
goodbye, officer.
Did we get the signs? I feel like that we must have fixed the signs between me and Noid. Noid,
You
is that his
got
name?
us in, cop. I can't believe you got us in.
With wonder in his sharp eyes.
Between you and me,
There we go.
I don't know if
Boom.
you noticed this about me. I'm a little suspicious of authority, but you really came through for the hardcore underground.
Yes, you really came through for the hardcore underground. How come?
The would-be leader is cutting some futuristic shapes
I use my
on
hair
the
to
floor,
express myself.
sweating
So do
profusely.
most people. It's one of the ways to do it.
A cell using her contact mic to listen to a tree.
Can't say
underwater.
I've seen Andre's style of haircut in a good few years.
The one with the large head is blasting
But
the
maybe I need
dance
to go to more
track
raves.
on repeat, while the stained glass window behind him is rattling from the bass.
The floorboard situation is linked to the main plot. You need to progress with the murder before it will be possible. Alright, nice one, Sabuto. So, the main thing there is talking to Titus again, right? Better here than in that tent. I'm a corrupt cop. Yeah, better here than in the tent. I know that's a pretty weak excuse, but we'll go for it.
Okay.
What he means
He knows
is,
it's weak.
You're right, actually. The tent was a safety hazard, and this place was
Yeah,
deserted
it could have caught
anyway.
fire any minute. I mean, I wouldn't say this church is particularly safe, being the, what was it? The, basically the center of the start of, the Pale. Or at least within Revachol. We need to go talk to the Pale, actually. What do you think about the church, Noid?
It's a miracle of carpentry. Dead bodies carved into total shapes. Now it can be something more.
How do you like the glasswork?
I don't. Fucker giving me the evil eye.
You wanted to get inside the church and now you don't like the stained glass window.
I didn't know it was in here. We have to get rid of it.
Oh no, I don't know
Dismantle
about that.
it. Can't dance with a giant mass murderer looking at ya. Not a good look for the club.
Mass murderer?
Mellow, man, mellow. No one's a mass murderer. This is a house of love.
Mass murder on the floor!
Can I question them about the murdering? She's the innocence of humanism. That's a pretty big deal around here.
Humanism leads to eating sugar and pigs. Humanism was invented to mass produce billions of humans.
Deep.
Billions of humans can mass produce hundreds of billions of pigs. She liked games. Her legacy, the thing we live in, isn't real life. It's a strategy for some kind of victory against a long dead opponent. But, yo, I'm only annoyed. What do I know?
I do feel there's something terrifying about her.
There is. She is a party repellent and must be taken down before we can begin partying in here.
No, that's not it. It's something more. Something closer to your skin.
I like it, man. So I say keep it. Keep the beautiful sharp shards. Keep her long face and hair.
The speed freak's eyes narrow with suspicion.
Oh,
as
if you pass the
he's looking
encyclopedia
at a
check,
man
looking out the window.
possessed.
It's
My
not coming
encyclopedia
down.
is super
People
low.
are gonna love it. It'll be like our thing.
Okay,
Plus
Andre's
keeps
gonna
the
keep it
cold and
up.
the rain out.
And he's in charge. Would you say she was human?
I like this question, cop man. She did not live the life of a human. She lived like someone who's playing a game. The life of an operator.
Yeah, she is clearly important. Yeah, I definitely, on my second playthrough, I'm definitely going to whack up the encyclopedia.
What?
YouTuber.
Marco Lands, thanks for the sub. Welcome to the channel. If you're in the chat, welcome to the chat. Welcome to Disco Elysium.
That's not the life that humans live. She was adored. Humans aren't. I don't know about you, but they hate me. And they do not think I'm innocent or some shit like that.
I hate this. They hate this too.
Well, they loved her. They put all their love in her and forgot all about the rest of us.
Resettlement programs, is that to do with her?
Are you a commie cop?
No.
Then it's
Apparently I am, because that
inexplicable.
was a lie.
Whatever.
Who isn't accused of being a mass murderer these days?
No one says Arno van Eyck is a mass murderer. The Anodic pioneer Rietveld
I don't think he's going to
is
tell
not
me
a
that
mass
much else
murderer.
about her by the
He's
looks
not
of it.
accused of mass murder. Likewise, no one says
Okay.
Jermaine Egghead or
I
Andre
get ya.
are mass murderers. You can live entirely outside that suspicion.
What a strange choice of words. Caustic. Overflowing with negativity. That can't be healthy. What's happening here? Why do you keep coming back to this window?
I don't know.
Well, you shouldn't. You shouldn't come back to this anymore.
Can
Stop
I
talking about
wonder if I can retry that
Sure.
check? Let's have a look.
The mother of humanism stands above
Oh,
you.
I failed both
A
of these,
precious
did I?
and complex wax
Okay,
painting
well we can try this
on
one
a
again.
single pane of glass.
Visual calculus. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Let's calculate, you guys. That's an encyclopedia. Not that we need that. Well, we can't check it again anyway. I do have a skill point, to be fair. Oh, I have 2. Oh, well, fuck it. Let's... I mean, a +1 encyclopedia doesn't do much, right? But it will let us do the check again, so let's go for it. We'll just leave it like that for now. Andre's still dancing. Okay. So we want visual calculus and encyclopedia.
The mother
Yeah.
of humanism.
See if we can do both at once. I think we should be able to. We've got +1 to both at the moment. And then we'll smoke a cigarette. And we'll try this again. I don't think they were particularly hard rolls. I just failed both of them. I think they were both over 50%, if I remember correctly. Oh, okay. So we'll do visual calculus first because we need to change glasses. Okay. So we should just need to change glasses before we do the other check. Feeling good. Your current outfit is -1 encyclopedia. Okay, yeah, I fixed it, right? Yeah.
The mother of humanism stands above you.
72,
A precious
let's
and
go.
complex
Come on.
wax painting on a single pane of glass. A crack runs across the length of her body. Her face
Not
oval and
anymore.
sad. Nothing. Just the edge of the crack sparkles in the
Mate,
dark.
my rolls are
There may
so
have been a
min-max,
writing
I
here,
swear to God.
But you cannot make out what it said.
How do I go from rolling 12, 11, and 10 to a 3, man? Where's, like, my 6? God dang. Alright. Well, the encyclopedia seems like the more
The
important one,
mother
right?
of humanism stands
Okay,
above
there's a
you.
book in
precious
Placence's
and
shop on
complex
the
wax painting on
incentric
a
system
single
and
pane of
Dolores Day.
glass.
Okay, nice, that's
A
nice.
crack runs
You did
across
say
the
that
length
before.
of her body. Her face oval and sad.
Okay, come on.
Despite the
There's a
damage you've
7.
done to
No, it's
yourself,
8 even.
the title appears lodged in your hippocampus. This is Her Innocence, Dolores Day. The innocence of humanism, internationalism, and the welfare state.
The most
Perhaps
famous
the most
human.
famous human
to have
being
ever lived.
ever to have lived.
That's quite the title.
No amount of Commodore Red can wipe her sad smile from your brain thing. It has survived the deluge.
Dolores
and
Day
haunts
means
you
goddess
still,
of sadness.
and will haunt you forever, as it haunts
Latin
all men.
incoming in clutch again, Ludes. Okay. What else do I know about her?
Many things. You know she was a woman of the court, the wife of an influential Marchese, and eventually the principal advisor to Irene La Navigateur, Queen of Serene, modern-day Sir La Clé. Also that she was gorgeous beyond beauty.
A woman of the court.
Draped in ancient sadness. Are you sure you want to remember this bit of historic trivia? Standing under a long, slender form like this, dwarfed.
Where is this coming from?
The past. It's a silo of sadness, fermenting.
Mm-hmm.
You should keep away.
No. What else? Was she smart?
Terribly, women of the court were expected to play both contract bridge and chess sufficiently well to prove an interesting challenge to a man. A simple grasp in matters of philosophy, theology, and science was encouraged. She was, by all means, a kept woman. She made the most of her position in the antediluvian court, a court visited by the most prominent thinkers and artists of the day. In secret, she was becoming the era's preeminent philosopher of the state, a scalpel, a piercing gaze. She was an almost preternaturally magnetic and intelligent individual. To her contemporaries, she appeared out of time, a messenger from the future of the species. We all fell in love
How
with her.
long ago was
Head
this, I
over
wonder?
heels. Even before she was declared an innocence, her influence was tremendous.
How come?
It was on her advice that Irene La Navigateur sponsored a number of voyages into the Pale. A costly, often
Okay.
tragic endeavor, ultimately vindicated by the discovery of the new world, the piece of reality you're standing on.
That's the new world? Okay.
She was crowned 2 years after the first expedition returned, setting in motion what is widely considered the greatest era in history. The DeLorean era.
You are without doubt the worst YouTuber I've ever heard of.
You have heard of me. The DeLorean era. Thanks for the sub, by the way. Sting Chameleon 31, if you're here. Appreciate it.
Wow, indeed. When her innocence was declared, and the queen she had advised for years fell on her knees before her, she was so overcome with emotion that her lungs started glowing in her chest. Bystanders reported golden filaments lighting the already sunlit chamber around her, clearly visible beneath her dress.
Filaments, golden filaments lighting the sunlit chamber around her. Okay. When did she rule?
300 years ago, in the wake of the discovery of this Isola, the Insulindian, by explorers from the continent of Muindi. She is, among other things, the innocence of inter-isolary travel and the connected world.
They keep using the phrase the innocence, which I'm not totally sure what they mean by that. Sorry, got something in my eye. Oh, that's a good question. What exactly is an innocence?
The highest category of historic individual, an embodiment of the world spirit.
A ruler.
More, an innocence is elected to office by the founding party, a precedent that has taken place a mere 6 times in the entirety of history. The legal system of the Real Belt is built to accommodate an authentic rule should it coincide with our time. An innocence is infallible. The decisions made by one are not decisions. They are inevitabilities.
Sounds like a lot of pressure.
What would have happened anyway? Only
Dolores Day
accelerated,
is the innocence.
packed into decades instead of centuries. An innocence is a continuous
Remember what
and pressed event.
La
a
Revachilière
sacred
said?
human being.
No,
It is
surprisingly.
an honor and a glory to
You have
live
to
when
remind me.
one is in office.
Is one in office now? Presumably not.
No, we are alone.
I want more.
As did we all. The lands of the Mesk and the Occident, and even far away Supramawindi, altogether 21 of the 40 mundial nations of the time, immediately accepted Innocentic rule, even before her crowning.
Her crowning?
In a city called Advesperaskit in Vesper Messina, her homeland, the name of the city means evening comes, but it happened on a winter's morning, with the canals frozen and slush falling out of the sky. She was dressed in a white and pearl dress on an emptied-out plaza with the crowd far away. Already, her Theriers, the secret servicemen of the Innocents, were worried about an assassination attempt.
She must have been beautiful.
Oh yes, she looked like humanity's young mother, a perfect mother, insultingly beautiful. It was as if her face and shoulders and hands were covered in a soft down of underfeathers.
Oh yeah, it's a fragment
You know
of the
this
world
well.
spirit too.
Very well.
So something supernatural, dare I say, which I've said a lot, or my character has said a lot, at any given opportunity, but the further we go, the more it seems that's the case.
Midwinter snow was beating the cobblestones around her. A small attaché of officials stood by as her Theriers placed a white gold wreath on her head. The crowning was mostly witnessed by secret servicemen.
Then what?
One of the men in this secret service killed her
Oh shit.
22 years later. A young man who had come to suspect that Dolores Day was not entirely human, but something else.
What?
Something that had walked in our midst, watching us stumble for hundreds, if not thousands of years, until it decided to interfere in the course of our history. We were supposed to come up with this ourselves, the man was reported to have screamed at the Innocents. Dolores Day was shot in the chest with a fowling piece 8 times. The man, thought to be insane, said he once touched her and her body had been unnaturally warm, like a furnace, and that sometimes, while on duty, he observed her forgetting to breathe for over 10 minutes.
Shivers and concept of the world spirit and the Pale might be very real. Yeah, the Pale I've come to decide as fact, right? That's just like the fucked up nature of the world / universe.
This inhuman quality was witnessed by many
So why not
others
the rest
as
of
well,
it?
glowing lungs and all. It is commonly attributed to mass hysteria and religious psychology.
And also of all, well not all, but out of a lot of the psyches, I feel like Encyclopedia is most likely to be dealing in fact. Not a guarantee, but was there something terrifying about her? I guess it's history rather than fact, which, you know, depending on your view, are the same thing or not.
Terrifying is a term too emotionally charged for your semantic memory, or what remains of it. But terrifying, it's a simple word. She was bad for humanity, and you shouldn't have started thinking about her.
Why was she bad for humanity, though? Was there something bad about her? I want to know.
You already do. Although she is often considered to be the greatest human being to ever live, there was something ominous about Dolores Day, constantly surrounded by her Theriers. She was the most socially secluded and least self-aware of all the Innocences. Some
How many
modern thinkers
Innocences have
would
there
consider
been?
her a war criminal for the campaigns she waged against the Mesk state. And then there were
Okay,
the
yeah, so
resettlement
resettlement.
programs.
That's what Noid was talking about, which is obviously where this kind of controversy has come from. So let's find out what happened.
The Mesk state tried to detach itself from Innocentic
This whole
rule.
conversation gives me the
Parts of
shivers.
the world
Yeah.
were experiencing whiplash from accelerating into secularism. Her mandatory education programs and mass resettlement of upstream Marguerite were problematic as well. Dissenters were suppressed by a military force she called the Army of Humanity.
Let me read that again. The Mesk state tried to detach itself from inner-centric rule. Parts of the world were experiencing whiplash from accelerating into secularism. She had mandatory education programs and mass resettlement of upstream Margrit, which was problematic. Dissenters were suppressed by a military force. So there was a war, essentially.
She adored chess, yes, but also military war games. Dolores Day often holds a tiny tin soldier between her index finger and thumb.
This guy?
In icons such as this. She was also blonde, the blondest woman you have ever seen, with green eyes the color of the Pacentic, mare interregnum. Little is known of her Marchese husband. It's as if he vanished from history.
History is written by the victors, very true.
Which was to introduce
the movement
Dolores
she
Day
founded.
to court. In conclusion, yes, there is something lonely, paranoid, and even terrifying that people seldom mention, but feel when they think of her.
Lieutenant Yefrater, you stood there for over 5 minutes.
The lieutenant's calm voice echoes in the cold air of the church.
What are you thinking of, if I may ask?
She's somehow connected to the case. Oh, I can't say that. We don't really have any reason to think that yet. She war criminal? She's not human.
That's mega cool, man. You coming in and accusing her of not being human like that. Right on, man.
What was she? I don't know, but whatever it was, I don't like it one bit. We always fear what we don't understand.
Right on.
That's
She
a Batman
wasn't
quote.
human. You've got a critical mind, cop man. Yo,
But I
Andre,
agree with it.
We should board that window up. No one wants that spooky shit when they're dancing.
No, Noid.
How about
it's
we don't
pretty.
do that, Noid? She looks cool.
+1 with the cursed Amaran die, but I mean that hasn't mattered because I failed that check twice now. I guess reconstructing it will let us know about this part, which I'm kind of interested in. Shall I just up my visual calculus? Oh, I should have taken a cigarette, is what I should have done. A cig would unlock it? Oh shit, does it work like that? Oh, wicked. Well, if not, I might just put our point in it anyway. Because we do have one. And I'm not really like... I'm a bit conscious of only having one thought left. And I'm not really vibing with any of these particularly. So I'm just going to leave that one. So we'll just put it in there. For drugs but not clothes. Let's try it. And if not, we'll put a point in. Do we not have any left? Oh, we're holding them. Of course we are. They don't leave our side. Let's try that again. Man, he really just did the cigarette in one puff.
The mother
Nope,
of
still locked.
humanism
Okay,
stands
it's all
above
good.
you. A precious and complex wax painting.
What was it?
on a
Visual
single pane
calculus.
of glass. A crack runs across the length of her body. Her face
83.
oval and sad.
Surely, you guys. Let me do it. Do I have to stop and go again?
The mother
There we go.
of humanism stands above you. A jigsaw of broken
Double
shards
sixes.
falls
So
into place
unnecessary.
in front of you. A ghostly reconstruction
double
of the
sixes in
stained
like
glass
5
window.
2 double
Before
sixes
it
in
was
5
shattered, there
rolls,
was an
probably.
older woman beneath the younger one, and a text, a light motif below them both.
Because of this, Dolores Day's history and foundation of the Moralist International is why the Moralist Political Quest is my favourite out of all of them. It tells you about secret operation the RCM carried out in the church. Oh, damn. Okay. So what have we got here? People sort of adorning her and praising. You can also see, is that Egghead just at the bottom there? Vibing. And then we've got... I don't know. Well, we'll find out. Why do I have to guess? Who is this older woman? Is that the one at the front? Yeah.
The escutcheon on her throne says, Irene the Navigator. She is depicted as an older woman wearing thick-rimmed eyeglasses, holding a golden Reichsapfel in one hand and a scepter in the other. This is the queen her innocence day advised. Above, she herself is whole.
She is a queen? But she was... Well, she must have been crowned as a queen, but they also said Dolores was crowned as well.
Small figures of wise men, common men,
but not in a typical
worshippers walk
monarchy
up the
stance, I
stairs to
suppose.
stand at her feet. Secret servicemen, farriers.
We don't really know if
stand
there
on
is
the
a
road
monarchy in
guarding her.
this world.
It must have taken years to produce this work in all its dizzying detail.
What does the motto say?
Below both women, in luminous black letters, après la vie, mort. Après la mort, la vie de nouveau.
Well, I hope you translate that for me.
And then, along the left side, après le monde, la gré. Après le gré, le monde de nouveau.
The Innocents is not exactly a monarch, but they are chosen and crowned. Yeah. And, well, yeah, I guess they are in a sense, because they have rule. So they kind of are, but just not in, I guess, even a rung above a monarch, right? Dolores advised Irene, Le Navigateur, before being crowned an Innocence. Okay, right.
After life, death. After death, life again. After the world, the pale. After the pale, the world.
Wasn't afterlife
again.
death? Wasn't that
this
what
is the
Egghead
great
was saying?
leitmotif of humanism.
Did he
a
say
summary
that?
of the effect of the
No, that was the
discovery of
password.
this
That was the
Isola,
password for the thing.
The Insulindian on human thinking. A tremendous sea change akin to finding life after death.
The great leitmotif of humanism. A summary of the effect of the discovery of this Isola, the Insulindian, on human thinking. A tremendous sea change akin to finding life after death. Lieutenant, this used to say after life, death, after...
Death, life again. After the world, the pale. After the pale, the world again.
He knows it.
This exaltation is common in Dolorian sacralism.
Not great for a password
in
then,
the
if
early
everyone
years,
knows about
it. Was even incorporated as the RCM slogan. No more, however.
How come?
It was deemed subservient to use a strongly moral intern-related motto. We already suspected of bootlicking. The sentence was also seen as too feminine. It was a macho thing.
After life, death. After death, new life. Cyclical. After the world, the pale. After the pale, the world again. Which I guess is essentially the death of the world. The death and rebirth of the world. What is the RCM motto now?
Justice, union, prudence, and force.
I like the other one better.
So do I.
What shattered the mosaic?
Unknown.
Unknown? Okay. That's a shame.
The mother of humanism towers above you. A wax painting on a cracked pane of glass. Nothing has changed in her expression.
That's interesting, you guys. I honestly feel like I need to take notes. I should be taking notes on this game. Okay. Well, let's go... I'm really interested in this Dolores Day stuff, so let's go to talk to Plaisance, because we need to talk to her and the Dice Maker anyway, and then we can grab that book. You will learn more after the motto's meaning by Joyce. Okay. It's about how Revachol was discovered. Can I fast travel? Yes. Okay, let's go back here. It'll all come together by the end. Man, I hope so. Yes, this isn't a game. Obviously, I've played some games on this channel. Not that many. Well, yeah, a couple. Where the game's meaning... Oh, don't tell me it's closed. Okay, good. The game's meaning has been left, like, deliberately ambiguous. Like Scorn and Immortality. But this one, I feel like any ambiguity left in the game's ending is from my lack of knowledge. My lack of understanding of all the lore and stuff. Because there's just so much. It's like, it's honestly astounding how much there is.
Hello again, esteemed officer, and welcome to Crime, Romance, and
And
Biographies of Famous People.
I think I said on last stream, I'm sometimes not too bad, but I'll admit for YouTube content, and streams and stuff, I'm a little hesitant with RPGs because they are just massive. But like, if you really want a story, like a world that you can just get lost in and like, you know, really like get immersed in, it kind of has to be an RPG, right? You just can't compete if you've got like, you know, 50 hours, 60 hours of content to get through, and every single part of it is just like feeding into the world building. Anyway, Plaisance, I have something to tell you. I found the actual source of Doom.
What do you mean, the actual source? Are you talking about the third presence?
Are we gonna break it to her? I kind of already decided by taking on this task, so I'm gonna have to come rip the band-aid off, as they say.
She remembers. Good.
Shall I drop the actual details of it, or shall I just say? Oh well, that's not really getting to the point. Let's go for it. My investigation has led me to discover a 2mm entropanetic hole in reality. That is the source of the Doom, both in the commercial area and in Martinez.
A what?
A tiny hole in reality. I know this is hard to grasp. It may be connected with Pale, an origin point of sorts. It would explain why historically so many things have ended in failure here in Martinez.
Ma'am, what he's saying is true. We found an entropanetic anomaly in the small Pinewood church down the coast. I don't mean to be an alarmist, and more research is needed, but it's not looking good.
The game admits countless different readings. Every time I play it, I find a new one. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, I mean, also the nature of like the way the narrative is branching, then you are gonna go through different. Your experience is gonna change, and therefore your ultimate idea of what the game is like, the messaging is gonna change as well.
But that's not in any of the ancient texts. How am I supposed to protect my bookstore from that?
I'm not totally sure, love.
She's too afraid to even say the word.
No, I'm not going to tell her to ditch her business. You'll have to find your own answer. You can protect it with hope by refusing to give up. That's what people have done in the past, by building a church, a place of worship around this thing. Will she subscribe to that? I feel like that's the best answer here.
You're right, officer. I mustn't lose faith, especially now that Annette is finally settling in at school and making friends. No, we can't just leave.
Also, I need to buy a book off you, so don't close the shop.
Besides, didn't I have some Sailite hope catchers round here somewhere? I must find them. Everything will be all right if I can just find them. Thank you for your help in any case.
Mm-hmm.
You're welcome back here any time.
Let me see if I can find that book. What we got over here?
The display rack is brimming with worn paperbacks featuring an
Heimdall.
extremely muscular
That seems like a fiction. Historical fiction, maybe. On here? No, that's like, is that like
a small mountain
board
of
games.
colourful board game boxes.
Oh, there's
there
we're all
are numerous
related
types
items.
of games for all ages. An endless variety of source books, lore books, and codices litter the table. The topmost book is titled
I'm afraid
Welkin
you're totally
Compendium,
doomed, love.
2nd edition.
Tough break.
There's also a large hardbound tome with intricate cover art.
But
The
to be fair,
Hunters
so is
of
everyone
Catuac,
else. Yeah.
Boreal Creature
There's
Compendium, and a
there's
picture
comfort
part
to be
adventure
found.
game book titled Tales of Wirral, Cavern of Velkrag.
Okay.
A towering mountain.
I do have an actual book I'm looking for, so. Man, this is what I'm saying. Like, there's just lore on like a fake game that is also like a meta commentary on this game. Like, and you can just read a whole book on that. Like, it's just so fucking awesome, man. It's so good.
This bookstore is not strictly about crime,
Paranormal?
romance, and
Probably
biographies of famous
not.
people. Amidst the various books, you find
Do you
one
know what the
written
book's
by
called,
someone
Ludes?
named Matthias W. Dundas. It's about
I'm sure it'll be
these
hopefully
three things
relatively
are
obvious.
very important to the work. The point of the book, and many others on this shelf,
Medical
is to
advice,
give people
okay.
various paranatural books still lit.
I think I looked at all these, but I'm sure it would have just gone over my head the
Shelves
first
full
time.
of biographies of famous people,
Oh, this sounds like
whoever
it would
they
be
are.
I would say the greatest innocence.
That's gotta be
Yes,
it.
most certainly. It's an important educational tool, delving into the depths of history, religion, and their relation to innocentic power.
Mm-hmm.
Shelves full of biographies
grab
of
this.
famous people.
A true cultural touchstone.
We got it.
Enjoy the read.
Oh, I will. Okay. That's going to take some time to read, but I don't think... We don't have anything pressing. I mean, they have the little time symbols if they are pressing, aren't they? Yeah, fuck it. Let's dig deeper. I want to know. I'll read it just over here. If you don't mind, Plaisance. Apricot chewing gum. I don't remember getting that. This dusty tome brings knowledge on the history of innocences. It is written by one João Paulo Salomão Lopes de Fuego, great name, a Mesque fascist who tries to reach a conclusion on which of the innocences is the coolest in the world. Love it. I didn't buy a board game, Harkon. We can, though, if you guys want. Yeah, I wanted to get this one first, but we can have a look afterwards.
The Greatest Innocence by João
strap in.
Paulo.
It's large and heavy.
Lopes de Fuego. The book is large and heavy.
Let's crack it open.
Browsing through the various chapters, you try your best to understand the ceaseless overflow, the sprawl of names, dates,
I know
places,
that feel.
events historical. Most of it ends up as a twisted mass of facts inside your brain.
Mm-hmm.
Your educational survey is done. Did you catch any of that? No. Oh well, it's pop quiz time.
All right.
Let's see what you've learned.
Love my books
This
large and
might
heavy.
take a few minutes.
They're the best kind, honestly.
You ready?
Good hardback. Sure, why not?
That's the spirit.
I've got chat here.
Here we go.
can
Question
crib
one.
the test.
Who was the first innocence? Oh yeah, this is what I was made for.
Okay, let's go encyclopedia. If we still got the encyclopedia build, it doesn't matter. Is that so? All right, go on. Give me all the hints you've got.
A pop quiz is a short examination
I know
designed
that.
to test your knowledge without any prior warning or announcement. Such exams allow the teacher to assess how thoroughly the students have retained the material at hand. Voila. Now blast that first innocence.
Let's get it.
Thanks for nothing. Dolores Day.
She was the first
Dolores.
one. Pain threshold. Okay. Sure, we'll go with Dolores.
Incorrect.
Nope.
Dolores Day was the innocence of humanism, internationalism,
It was only 300
and
years
the
ago.
welfare state.
Shouldn't
She
trust pain
codified
threshold. That's
parliamentary
nothing new.
democracy and created modern institutions. Among these, the moral intern. She was powerful and beautiful on all her icons.
Do we only get to find out about the ones we pick?
Her colors are silver, white, and apricot.
Apricot.
And when you think her name,
Shit.
Dolores, stomach acid rises to the back of your throat, and it hurts. You see a flash silver, a wreath, an airport bag, and blonde hair. You don't know why. Another choice, perhaps?
What? So is there a connection between Dolores and the woman who broke my heart? I'm so confused.
Stay clear of this one. There's something terrible about this one.
What?
A strange sensation of loss.
We can buff.
When she left the earth, the dust, and the ice, and the humans. That is unimportant to the quiz.
Why does
Stop thinking about this.
Dolores Day cause us so much internal struggle?
Yes, the quiz is impersonal. No need to rouse sensations in yourself
The
at the mention of
Pericarnation?
Dolores Day.
Okay.
Who was the first innocence?
Okay.
It wasn't Dolores Day.
Chat's going Percarnation. I can't even say the word. We established in a terrible phone call that your ex is named Dora/Dolores. Oh, I wish I could retain this information. All right, we're saying Pericarnation.
Correct. Nothing much is known
go,
about
chat.
him.
Let's
It's
go.
not even clear that he was a he, but Franco Negro presumed as
Supposed
such
to be
and
Greece.
called him Pius. He's depicted
Oh,
as
so
a
there are
young
like
man
parallels with
molten
real
gold
history.
pouring out of his mouth. All he spoke was gold. It said he invented God and equality of men before God. He
Like the
also
Greek
introduced
gods, are we
the
saying?
gold standard as a way for measuring people's love for Aurum.
Aurum, what's that?
As the first innocence, he declared that there should be more of those like him. It is presumed his disciples were the beginning of the Holy Party, the founding party.
Okay.
Question 2. Who was the strongest innocence?
Your ex-wife was called Dora, short for Dolores. What the fuck? She was from 300 years ago. Did I travel through the Pale and like went through back in time? Forward in time? What? But I have a history as a police officer. Oh my god, man.
Easy. Everybody knows the answer to this.
Okay.
You, me, anybody.
Take your picks, chat, while I ask Encyclopedia. We've got the strongest innocence: Vesta Messina, Franca-Negro, or Dolores Day.
An innocence is the highest category of historical personage in the world. A literal personification of history.
Encyclopedia.
Traditionally, an innocence, when anointed, assumes supreme rule over the Occident or the known world in general. At least the parts that matter. I can do better. Okay, so commonly an innocence does not enforce his or her power through military power. This is seen as unnecessary.
But pick Dolores
the
anyway.
Innocence wins because an innocence can't help but win. For their
We get multiple goes.
inevitabilities.
Well, actually, it seems like if we
this
get it
note.
right, it continues. So yeah, it would be a good idea to just keep picking Dolores to learn more about her. Yeah, that helped a lot, mate.
Great. Dolores.
Pain threshold's just going to keep saying Dolores. I get it now. Dolores Day?
Incorrect again. While she originated many modern institutions, launched several successful expeditions, and was even critical of the Innocentic system itself, and somehow keeps popping up in your mind, she is not often considered the strongest. Even though the words most associated with her rule are l'amour, la compassion, la autodiscipline, love, compassion, self-control, which could be seen as facets of strength. Would you like to try again?
Okay.
Please, relax.
Franca-Negro?
Correct. Named the innocence of militarism, he codified hereditary rule, but at the same time ended serfdom and established the Inter-Isolari Real as the global reserve currency. He also established the concept of the nation.
I think Dolores Day, La Ravachelière, and the apricot-scented one might all be fragments of the one. And innocent's deeds are considered as an inevitability, yeah. Yeah, man. That is like following and faith of the highest order. Probably pretty damaging.
Franco-Negro attempted to solve the rising tensions between the aristocracy and bourgeoisie by building a unified society in which every man has a place and a mission, but at the same time may rise to nobility provided on the strength of his virtue. Question 3. Who was the false innocence?
I'm going to say it was Dolores Day.
Got it under control. No problem. Solid on this one.
Okay.
It's widespread historical information.
Let's hear it.
Yes, there exists a group called the Founding Party, known as the Holy Party, during the time of the Pericanacian. This, the world's oldest international organization, spends its time in search of either the re-emergence of the innocents or new members. There seems to be a mix-up with the sources.
Sure.
It's not my fault.
Sure. Franca-Negro is Spanish for Black Francis. Black Francis is the stage name of the lead singer of the Pixies. I do not believe this is a coincidence. Gotta listen to the Pixies now too. Given that this world is being consumed by the Pale, which is basically an accumulation of too much compressed history, it's fascinating that innocents are history happening all at once. I don't know how many years have passed between all of the innocences and how many there are. I don't know how far back we're talking. If Dolores was 300, we know at least Hyrcanesian was before. And we're now in the year 50. But obviously that year seems to have been reset at some point.
At least it clearly wasn't Dolores Day. She wouldn't be false. She's beautiful.
Right, so there's another 3 we've never heard of. What are you saying, chat? Who is the, what was the question? The false innocence. I'm going to go with Dolores.
No, stop thinking it. I said it wasn't her. She was true.
There have been no innocents since Dolores Day. Oh, yeah. Because of that, so, like, the secular way sort of succeeded. So did she lose the war then? Any suggestions? Who should I go for, you guys? Let's get it in one, because they didn't tell me Dolores was incorrect. They just said don't think. So we can get this in one. Place your bets. Can't remember this one. All right. I'm thinking Kedra.
Incorrect.
Fuck.
Kedra is a large nation in the mid-northern area of the Mawindi
I went too quickly. Should have waited.
North of the Occident, between the Ilmarin mountain range and the Pacentic Mare Interregnum. Care to try again?
Stepan the Despicable.
Incorrect. Stepan the Despicable, regent of Kedra, was a ruler who conquered the known world during the Kedriatic conquest, instead of the despotic Erino Pasternak.
Instead?
Would you try again?
He conquered the known world, but he wasn't an innocence, or he just wasn't a false one. He was a regent of Kedra. The smoker's parents come from Kedra. The Perikineson was meant to be from ancient Greece, so we're talking 6 people in 2,000 plus years. Okay, so very infrequent.
Correct. There have been a number of counter or false innocences. Some assumed to have innocentic qualities.
I see.
Some who just thought so themselves. Occasionally, they have the support
false
of a faction
prophets
inside the ecclesiastic organization, and accusations of foul play have arisen.
Okay, so there's an ecclesiastic organization as well.
The most famous and important of these was Erino Pasternak. He was into torture, despotism, hymns, cannons, and world conquest, but got defeated and humiliated by Stepan the Despicable of Kedra,
who potentially was a real innocence.
Final stretch. You've come so far and learned so much.
This one is Dolores.
This is the most important one.
This is actually Dolores, right?
Who was the greatest innocence? The most important of them all.
Okay.
The most precious to humankind.
Okay, are you sure this time? I'll bite.
Of course, this is my thing. The reason I exist in this world. The correct answer is
Dolores.
Franco Negro.
You're absolutely certain?
0 doubts. While it was actually her.
You know what, Encyclopedia? Sure.
Incorrect. While Franco Negro built concrete churches and cathedrals, and while many people, especially the Mesk, consider him a father figure, due to his militarism and nationalism, João Paulo Salomão Lopes de Fuego argues differently. Another choice, perhaps?
Okay.
Oh yes, militarism and nationalism.
My bad.
My bad. Yes, obviously.
Was it Dolores Day?
Correct. The Mesk might see Franco Negro as the father of nations, but as of this century, there's been a great shift in attitude. Dolores Day has become widely regarded as the greatest innocence.
The greatest and the last.
A most radical change to the whole fabric of the world. Everything from inter-esolary travel to the connected world to 3 consecutive scientific
I kind of want to go back to the throne now, you guys.
Every decade that passes, she seems less human somehow, and more beautiful, and more beautiful, and more beautiful. Congratulations on finishing the test. The results and your
we got a
subsequent
grade.
have been calculated. You get an F for failure.
Damn it.
You would have done better if you just left Dolores Day for the end. Dial the Dolores Day down a bit.
Damn you, you arrogant book.
What's going on with you?
Thinks it's so smart. God damn it.
Okay.
The lieutenant stares at you, his visage unflinching.
You are shouting at an inanimate object like a real weirdo.
That's what we do.
You seem to have trouble with the right answers.
I'd love to see a game set in the world where an innocence exists. Yeah, man. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. When you build a world that's this detailed, it's just ripe for spin-offs and stuff like that. But who knows what the devs will do. I'd love for them to do another one in the same universe, but I don't know if Disco Elysium is their only game. I can't quite remember the dev's name. It's like UA / it's a bunch of letters. It's like 4 letters. Oh, by the way, remember the shivers check on the church. When you talk to La Revachelier, most people don't get. The city tells you extra information. When you talk to La Revachelier, check that most people don't get, but we got it. The city tells us extra information. Interesting. Okay, let's go quickly talk to the dice maker. What am I doing? Torch. Tell her that the end is coming. But she was the first one to tell us that, wasn't she? And now we can tell her why. She was right. Oh god, it's so dark. I can't see shit. This way? I didn't get the secret shivers check. Oh, it's a background check. Damn. We had a good shivers build too. I think we still got it on. +2. No, that's not great.
Oh, it's you again.
Ooh, can we make?
Are you looking for a die?
Yeah, we can get another die while we're here. Let's see.
I'm sorry. I'm a bit overloaded just now,
No
so
worries.
I can only produce 1 die per customer.
Well, I actually came to tell you, I think I found the actual source of the curse.
You mean the curse that I'm spared of because I live outside its immediate reach?
Yeah, about that.
I'm listening.
There's a 2mm hole in reality located in a church on the other side of the canal, and I think it's related to the Pale.
Excuse me? A 2mm hole in reality? This can't be true.
I'm afraid it is, ma'am. Sona Lukanen-Kill, the former lead programmer of Fortress Accident, made the discovery.
Sona is involved in this?
She appears to take this in while the chatter from her headphones continues unabated.
So it's even worse than I thought. It's not just the commercial area that's cursed, it's the entire world.
Mm-hmm.
She looks outside the window where the night has fallen on the yard.
The Revachelier says, she's in your lungs. An interesting choice of phrase. Not a throwaway comment, I would wager. I would just say that. It's why I've preached the whole time and no one listened. Yeah, Ludes, you were always saying the Apocalypse Cop is the one, and now I totally agree with you, because it's bang on.
A curse is something superstitious, but a 2mm hole in reality? We all know what it means. It's pale.
Mm-hmm.
In any case, thank you for stopping by.
No
It's
props.
good to have an answer, even if I can't claim to understand it fully.
No probs, mate. Just spreading the word. They'll call me a doomsayer. But guess what? I'm fucking right. We are doomed. I'm not expecting an actual kind of resolution to this. Like, I don't think I'm going to be able to save the universe. I just don't feel like it's that kind of game. Now go talk to the Pale driver. It's tempting. At the end of last stream, Cam was like, please don't go and find out about more end of the universe stuff without me. But It's all coming together, man. I'm starting to understand it a little bit better as well. Definitely talk to Egghead about the beats. Okay. Man, the murder seems so unnecessary now, you know? We got 2 murders as well. I tried to check the boardwalk for bullet traces, but I couldn't actually do it. Turn back the wheels of time. Ask the local traditionalists. Am I supposed to know what that is? Or are we just searching for people? Hold on to the spirits and wait for the signal. Okay, let's do Egghead. We'll nip back to the church. Shit, what am I doing? Don't worry about checking for bullet traces, it will happen as you progress. Okay, cool. Oh, that's the fascist political quest. It's a good one. So I've heard.
Good morning! Yeah!
Yeah! The words echo magnificently throughout the nave. Man, that was a crazy sound we heard before.
Yeah! It was awesome and scary. Very hardcore.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, Ludes. How would one man save an entire universe?
Too hardcore, in fact. I couldn't control it at all.
What happened?
It sucks up all the air in the mix until it's the only thing left. Starts compressing itself and everything around it. Completely fills up the headspace. Extreme.
Inside your chest, the heart beats still with the after effects of the sound. Imagine if you could harness that power, making it pulse.
You might be able to save some people. I think it means racists. Mate, I mean, I might just stay here at the epicenter, just dancing to disco beats when Armageddon happens, you know? I just want to be like feeling the vibes. This is Disco Elysium. We're in it right now, right? We're in the name of the game. That's how I want to go out. What if this is the answer to Van Eyck's jam? We could use the sound for the bass. Ooh, Jesus.
Oh! But how?
What about the compressor? The one with the spiky hair was setting up to achieve some sort of parallel processing.
Alright, give me a second. Give me a second, Egg. I just got to get changed. Put on my crazy gloves. They're interfacing. What else? Maybe pop a little bit of speed. Interfacing. Would you guys say I've got most of the clothes now? Or are there more to go? Okay, we only have that. But it's still +2, so it's not too bad. Let's pop a bit of speed. That's -1 morale. We can take that. We can take that. What are you talking about? Let's do it.
Good morning!
42.
Yeah! Harder!
Oh!
Bzz, bzz, goes the track in the background, never ending. You can't grasp what's missing, but you can try to make something up anyway.
Where if one cannot speak, one ought to remain silent.
The young man bobs his head to the music, much as before.
Okay. The boxes in the inventory are for oh, that is it? I didn't know if that was true, because... Okay, so we're missing like... yeah, like 7. Maybe a few more, 10. Let's interact with this.
There it is again. The scent of apricots with a touch of cinnamon. Smells like the end of some distant summer. The surface of another planet, or some ancient temple.
The end of summer.
The sun sets into the sea, but the water does not boil. Instead, it turns to liquid gold. For a moment, the world's store of precious metals seems to increase dramatically, and you are rich. There is a movement next to you, the shuffle of a small coat, warm like the evening. But when you turn toward it, there's nothing there.
Come back.
Why are you talking to a gum wrapper?
Take a deep breath.
Bitter, citrus, sweet. It seems to grow stronger, like a glow, with every breath you take.
Every move you make.
Until a blossom of skin
Ooh.
and flower petals erupts behind your closed eyes. Made of toffee, cream,
This
and
could be a
distance.
good thought.
You just had to take a dive. Feels so familiar.
Ancient temple?
Yes, from the height of antiquity.
Oh shit, that could be a good
long,
thought, you
long
guys.
time ago. Millennia ago. On an island of time you can never return to.
You have found a trace of entity who's been stalking you across the plains. The Gloomstalker, the conglomeration, the shadowy organization behind your downfall, possibly connected to the dreaded X something. Granted, it is impossible to determine its true identity, but you can remember where you first smelled its treachery. Yes, use the Tutti Frutti gum wrapper. Reconstruct the day you first breathed in her untrustworthy atoms. Oh shit, we've got to do this, guys. We don't have a skill point. Okay, that's on the list now. I'll be watching. Okay, so we can't redo that check. I definitely wanna get that thought. Sounds like it'd be big. Okay. Well, pale seems like the obvious one. Unless we can go... I don't know when we last spoke to Titus. It feels like ages ago. And I don't know if we have enough of a theory to make... to talk to him. Let's just zip over there quickly and see what he says. Oh, I'll be watching you. Were you continuing the lyrics? Nice one. Hey, I took too long after I sang it to look at chat. Shame we couldn't get the check. Yeah, we'll have another chance. We'll get back on it. Hopefully it opens up again.
It's you again. What is it?
Without having to put a skill point in, that is. Impossible logic. It's a 52, and it's a white check. We got a lot of positives. Alright, well, yeah, sure, I can take a 58% with a couple buffs. I think I may already have all my logic buffs in play, but we'll double check. I've got those glasses. I think... Oh, no, they're encyclopedia glasses. Okay. Oh, yeah, this jacket's logic, isn't it? Okay, yeah, we should touch wood. Have a good shot at this. There's only +1. I think we've got more pluses to logic. There we go. We gotta dress up smart. As Kim was saying, it's all in the outfits. There we go. +3, let's go. I think that's all we can do. Okay, this should be a pretty good roll. Or pretty good probability. Okay. Couldn't get the last check, but we'll get this one.
It's you again. What is it?
I got some news for you, Titus. Oh yeah, they wanted us to talk about the pigs lady as well. I don't really trust these guys to help her out, is the thing. Drugs too. We're at 92%. But sure, we've also got health. I'm so impatient. I'm such an impatient gamer that 2-second thing is just like feels so slow. Because all the rest of the time it's like instantly into combos. Let me pop a little cigarette here. There's no way we fail this now. I think this literally will get us to 97, which is... It's as good as you can get.
It's you again. What is it?
They're the best option the pigs will get. Alright, well, let's let them know then. There's an old catatonic lady in the old fish market on the other side of the bay. She needs help.
What's that, Copper? You want us to help little old ladies now?
I wish I didn't.
You're local law enforcement, aren't you? Helping troubled civilians should fall under your jurisdiction.
Yeah. We'll send someone out. Who is? Wait. It's the pigs, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
God, poor lady. Don't worry, we'll handle
Okay,
this.
that seems
I
genuine.
think she got some family in Kurong or something. Bastards left her alone when she got sick.
Enough XP for finishing that to get a skill point?
Hey, wasn't Everard's B team looking for her the other day? They said something about her, I don't know, finding something?
Yeah, I think you're right, Gene. She have something of yours, Pig?
Whatever you do, do not admit to these punks you lost your gun. You will suffer if you do.
Nope, nothing of mine.
No? Well, whatever then, copper.
Titus chugs his beard out and wipes his mouth.
No. They totally said what it was. What was it?
Uh-oh.
Anyone remember?
Nope.
I don't remember. I was fucking drunk.
Let me know if you figure it out.
Only
back
10
there.
XP.
Now, anything else we can help you with?
No.
No problemo, cop.
Sure enough. We're
97,
the real
let's
heroes
go.
on these streets.
Here we go, here we go, here we go.
A sudden flash of lightning in your neocortex. The hostel cafeteria is lit
We're
by its
dropping
airy
knowledge
blaze.
on him.
Floor plans, bullet trajectories, webs of human emotion, all channeled into a single thought.
Why are you so sure Ruby didn't off him?
So that's what you were squinting at. You were trying to come up with a theory, weren't you? That she did it.
Yeah, he was cobbling together shit so he could put her away. It's RCM 101.
Well, let old Titus set your mind at ease then. She didn't do it. She was here all night.
Oh, I don't agree with that.
Sunday night, 11:30 to 12:15. She was here all that time?
Yeah, with us. Drinking. Near the stage there.
She didn't go out for fresh air for one smoke?
No.
In the whole 45-minute window, she was with you all the time.
All right. She took a fucking leak, okay? For one moment. Maybe. Went out
We
too.
know there's the back
She
alley.
has an operation to run from her lorry.
The back alley pathway.
We're not getting into what that operation is again, Cop.
That's probably for the best. Don't break your stride now.
And just 'cause she was gone for 5 minutes doesn't mean she magically got to the roof and shot him. I've been through this. It's not plausible.
He's been through it. That means he suspected her too. All right, we're in. We got Ruby unaccounted for sometime during the window. This was crucial. Now let's place her on that roof. You got his attention. Now don't ruin it by making weird claims. Remember, you can still mess this up.
As in, a skilled Sambo artist could have climbed on the outer wall like a spider. There is a secret route in the kitchen that leads straight to the roof.
How?
Through what looks like an abandoned pinball workshop.
People say there was a pinball arcade here, sometime before the hostel. What was it called, Theo?
East Delta Pinball Arcade. Weird place. Went bankrupt.
Okay, but how'd you get up? There's no room for a staircase in this building. Or an elevator.
I wouldn't be so
for that
sure.
matter.
The elevator is outside the building. It's an old dumbwaiter used for moving pinball machines up and down from the workshop.
And from there, a door leads straight to the roof. You can just step outside.
Ruby could have gone up, shot him, come down. All under 7 minutes.
That's quite the theory. We need to have a look at that secret passage, boys.
I'm on it, boss. Right when the law clears, me and Angus are going up there.
It's a dumbwaiter, not an industrial lift. How about I go instead of...
Just now. You got something else to back this route up? Or is that it?
I also found footprints upstairs in the old workshop.
Footprints. Recent.
That is true. And I'm not sure how recent they were. I'll just go with... I can just go with recent. That's true enough.
What else could you make out? How recent? What size?
Well, they didn't fit with any of yours on the scene, Ruby included. Ah, shit. I don't know if that's completely true. I say they're about a week or two old.
That close, huh? How fortunate. I'll take a thorough look at those prints myself before I believe that, Cobb.
Believe that?
Good news is, I'm still listening.
Have you noticed a winch out back? You do agree the shot came from the roof, right?
Why not? You can't draw a straight line into Clausia's window from any of the surrounding buildings. Not from what I know about Martinez. Maybe from the coast. But like I said, I've been too busy dealing with you idiots. So no, I don't think it was a sniper. It was close up.
There is a 72% chance that the bullet came from the roof.
72%. There's a
and we know, based on dice rolls, that doesn't mean shit.
Where'd you get it from? Your guys in the lab?
The Jamrock Ballistics Lab. Analyzed it on the spot. Turns out I can do that.
No, you can't. I know what you did here on the weekend. People talk.
People talk.
Say doesn't sound like a science cop. You're a madman.
Well, that might be true, but...
Those numbers were an ass pull, man.
Yeah, and they don't put her on the roof either. It's just
maybe,
mambo jambo.
Maybe I need to.
He hasn't got shit.
Maybe I need to have ticked off the other two areas where the ballistics were to convince them there. But remember that key I found here?
I don't like guessing, Cole. No one does.
It opens the steel door in the kitchen, the one that leads upstairs to the roof. This key.
I'm a
was right
mad
here
science cop,
with you.
baby.
All the time.
You didn't find it, but Ruby did. That's how she got up there.
Quit jumping to conclusions, Theo. You took that key. Did it look like it was recently put there?
No, the ribbon was old. Faded. It'd have been there for 20 years at least.
Okay. I mean, you can't tell how early it's been put there. It could have just have 20 years of use and then get put there instantly. Or she could have made a copy. Or she could have just put it back there once it was done, yeah.
Why? This doesn't make sense. It's damn interesting, but it doesn't fit well, and you know it.
Maybe I am missing a bit too much still.
It doesn't fit well, but it fits. And he knows it.
I guess I should just go through all these, apart from this one. There were pinball machines in the workshop still operational.
Right.
Oh,
what the
okay.
fuck does that got to do with Ruby?
A pinball murderer? Just making an observation.
He makes a gruff gesture for you to continue.
Have you noticed the winch out back?
I've seen the winch. I'm not blind. You saying it's part of the elevator she used to get up there?
Yep.
That's one mystery down then. An architectural mystery.
Okay.
Doesn't much concern Ruby.
I think that'll do for now. Have we firmly established Ruby could have had access to the roof where the man was shot?
Firmly doesn't go well with could've. There's a route to the roof. Me and the boys need to check it out.
Okay.
That's what we've established.
Okay, I'll take it.
But a route does not put that bullet in his head. A gun does that, and Ruby doesn't carry one.
Phase 2. Murder weapon. Get a gun in her hand. If not that, then at least a shadow of a doubt. In the shape of a gun.
I've analysed the bullet that killed him. It was jacketed. But I don't have the murder weapon yet.
So it had to come from a breech-loading rifle. Military grade. Not even you militia monkeys have those. This goes against your short-range theory. If the murder weapon was military grade.
Don't say the
how
fourth.
did
Yeah, about losing my gun.
Get it?
Keep that stum, I think.
You don't know. Just be honest.
Just because it's rare doesn't mean you can't get it. Or I'm just being upfront with what I know.
Right. That's mighty forthcoming of you. So, let me extend you the same courtesy.
This is where the gun you sold comes in? Yeah, that's really annoying.
No. What?
Although it said get a working one, and the one we sold was broken. That's the only thing. Unless there was an option to fix it. That we've now lost.
Organized crime. Down in Jamrock, probably.
It's a real
He's
shame
not
you can't buy it back.
Too forthcoming. This is not a surprise.
So she may have access to semi-automatics, but that's a long fucking stretch of the imagination.
I can't continue and just like go back, so I guess I'll have to say these ones. There's a small chance that the shot came from beyond the roof. I could have analyzed the rifle, fuck.
Yes, goddammit, I know what a 72% chance means. It means there's a 28% chance it isn't that.
Ah,
and 20
a fellow mathematician, I see.
No small chance either.
Just making sure we are on the same page.
Please don't make me say this.
All fit. We are just sharing info, candidly.
We established Ruby's running drugs. She could have smuggled guns too.
God damn. That's just about your favorite topic, isn't it? Every fucking 5 seconds.
You were warned not to bring it up. Your best shot here is to just back out of it.
Okay. Fine, Titus. I'm not getting into it if it touches on your precious business.
Okay, cop. She's got connections. I could see how she could have access to a gun. That still doesn't mean she did.
That's all you needed.
Okay.
Doubt.
Okay. I didn't say I'd prove she had the murder weapon, just that we need to find her.
All right, cop. Keep talking. I'll tell you when I've had enough.
Pete, we're not seriously considering it, are we? Ruby wouldn't do this. Why would she do something like this?
Phase 3. Motive.
Okay, here we go.
The last component.
Bring it home.
The big one. Get this and they'll give her to you. Remember, don't piss him off. That never works.
Okay. Okay. God, I've got to like fucking rack my brains for this. Because it feels like 4 streams ago. Did she tell us some interesting things about Ruby? Get this and they'll give it to you. It's not why did she kill him, it's why did she organize a cover-up. Maybe it's all part of a leadership challenge that'll piss him off. When Classier came downstairs, Ruby appeared to know that something was wrong. I'm gonna say she told me some interesting things about her.
Yeah. Like what?
Apparently she had a thing for Classier. Oh yeah, I remember.
A thing? You mean?
Yeah, but they're both girls.
Girls like girls too, Angus.
Come on, Angus. This is
one of those
2023.
times. She liked Glacier.
It's scary, yes. Or what Kim said.
Fuck you. First he says she's murdered him.
Yeah, Classier
Now
said
she's
Ruby
a
was obsessed with
who?
her.
It's a lie.
Yeah.
Come on, Glenn. She likes Monica's titties more than you do. Everyone knows which way the wind blows there.
I did. I knew it. That's why she didn't fuck me at Fatty's birthday party.
She didn't fuck you, 'cause you're 40, and you still live with your mom, Dennis.
Light laughter sounds off in the room. It feels nervous. Classier said she made advances on her, and she thwarted them.
Ruby then threatened her and told her to end her relationship with the deceased.
This is some sordid shit. It's also the kind of garbage our Miss Aronier puts out to cover her own ass.
She did tell us when we were close to arresting her. Nope. She just told... Well, true, but no. She just told us Ruby made her scared and she spilled the beans.
That Ruby is queer as cabaret, now that I start thinking about it. I don't know why I didn't see it earlier.
He looks out the window pensively.
And that's okay. Some are queerer than others. You can still be a hardy. But
spying on her, yeah.
If you bring your own personal shit into our outfit...
If that's the case, then it's not right. But it's not the case. right?
There are
Right.
many pieces that fit together that way, Eugene. Face it.
When Claudia came downstairs, Ruby appeared to know that something was wrong.
Nah, man. That's just Ruby. She's got shit under control. That's her whole thing. That's why she's so good.
Plus, man, it's like female intuition, you know. Women talk to women. Which is sort of why we need someone on the team who they talk to.
Female intuition. That's what it was. You're right, Eugene.
Yeah.
Wishful thinking has no place in a police investigation.
The lieutenant tells Eugene, his voice mild but firm.
A more serious consideration that you wish to avoid is that she knew what happened because she did it.
Maybe she killed him because she thought it would curry favor with you. This is just going to piss him off. This kind of goes against us saying that she killed her. If we said, why did she kill, not why she killed him, but it's why did she organize a cover-up? But I guess I'll go with this one.
And I suppose you have a theory about that too, cop.
She could have just been covering up for herself, Titus.
Think about it. Why go through all that effort? It was her idea, wasn't it? The hanging. You went along, but she suggested it.
She had, like, a fully formed plan and shit. Right when she came back downstairs.
Really, Shanks? Claudia wanted to talk to another girl, that's all. She was just the first one up there. I could have come up with that plan if I'd have been first.
Time for a logics demonstration.
Okay. Let's go with Eugene, seeing as he just spoke. Let's assume you killed him.
He scoffs.
Think. You kill him. Get up there. Shoot him. Get down.
Would you prefer to go on trial with your friends as part of a lynch mob or alone for committing murder?
The man is silent.
If she used us to cover her own shit up, well, that's a serious violation of the Hardy Code, boss.
Which is why she didn't. This is fucking stupid, Titus. This and the queer thing, all of it.
We're getting to
Why
him.
aren't more of you defending her? This is fucking stupid, Titus.
Glenn, I thought the same thing when she skipped town and left us in this shit.
Oh, so he didn't rule her out completely. And she skipped town. This is good.
Alright, that seems good. Because now we can progress. Titus, you have to see it. Things don't add up. We need to talk to her.
Silence. He looks around the room. The old man in the corner nods.
The real leader.
A very small nod. And a trickle of tobacco spit on his lip. This is the only option he cares for.
Yeah, I see it. There's one more thing I've been wondering about. Ever since you asked me where she is.
Okay.
Add it to your list of suspicions, if you want. I don't know. I don't know where she went. She just got up and left. Got real scared, too. Wouldn't tell me where. However hard I asked. Want to know why?
Why?
She was afraid I would tell you. Maybe she was right. By now, I probably would.
She knew there's evidence on her, and she knew we'd find it. This is typical suspect behavior, why fleeing is always incriminatory.
Mm-hmm. Innocent people don't flee.
Ask her if you find her. It won't be
Skill
easy.
point. Let's go.
She made sure of that.
Okay. Do you have any clues on where she went?
She's not far. We know that much. She didn't take her lorry, so she's on foot.
Good fucking luck, man. She knows this place like the back of her hand. You'll never find her.
Yeah, Al. And we won't either.
She's not really a Hardy candidate anymore, is she?
She's not, Glenn.
When did she leave?
Friday afternoon, when you first arrived.
Okay.
I got word the RCM was in town. Then she came in to see me. Told me she was leaving. That's when we had our little conversation.
And what was she scared of?
I told you. You.
Me personally?
Yes, you. The cop with the sideburns and the disco clothes.
And a hole in his heart. That first.
She probably knew me from my singing days. Oh, I'm sorry. God, why does everything flee at the sight of my shadow?
It seems you have that effect. Especially on women.
Preach.
Right. That's the second one now who's trying to flee you.
You know, when I first saw you limp in here, I thought she was paranoid or sniffing her own supply. But now I'm not so sure.
What else did Ruby tell you about me?
She said you have a funny taste in clothes and that you won't stop.
Can't stop, won't stop.
Until you have something on her. She said she's heard of you from Jamrock, that you're a human can opener, that you play suspects
Sounds like
against each other.
I'm actually good at my job
Open them up
when you put it like that.
like cans.
And then when they're all empty, just move on to the next can. Don't look back unless there was something you missed.
Fucking hell. Titus, did he just...
Open Angus up like a can?
We got him.
Yes, he did.
Mind games.
Now, we can whine about it, whack him, or we can go on with our lives. I'm having a go on with our lives kind of day, Al. How about you?
It's not an actual question. Silence. He nods.
Am I a can opener, Kim?
You are insistent.
Thank you. Anything else? Anything?
Yeah, there was something else. She wouldn't tell me, though. I could see she wanted to. It was burning on her lips. This caught Titus. This caught me. But she was too scared.
Scared? You should be too. A strange fear creeps over you. A metallic taste in your mouth. Change the subject. Everard's file on you seemed thin on info. She must know from somewhere else. From Jamrock. Something more.
Oh yeah, I forgot Everard has a file on me. Was I able to get that? I think I was in theory, but I couldn't. Could she have gotten this info from Everard?
No. Her and Everard. They don't talk. They've never met. They have no relations. They
Okay.
live in different galaxies.
A human can
Get that
opener in a
through your
found
head.
kit. You best believe it. Don't mess. Have you looked for her?
A little. On the coast.
Where have you looked for her, more precisely?
Is she in that bunker that we can't open?
More precisely, on the coast, past the waterlog. She's not here, so
On
I'm
the
thinking
coast.
she's there.
Like the coast we've been on?
Who's doing this looking? They're all here.
That's true. You're all here. Who's out looking?
Lizzie needed some air.
The gardener? But she went to tell Everard.
You're a smart cop, but you're a stupid person.
Yeah.
No one goes to tell Everard anything. If he has to know, he has to know fast.
It's called a radio, you believe.
Oh shit,
The
so I
garden
can
may
literally
have
go
played
find
you
her?
again when she stormed out. She has her own plan.
Would I mean, I've been most areas on the coast. I may have walked past her. Can you tell me where on the coast I should start looking?
Sure, there's some shit houses there. A cinder block town. Fisherfolk there refuse to unionize. So, that's one place we haven't.
She's the washerwoman.
I hear they have a shack where junkies sometimes
Ask about
crash.
Ruby in the village. Okay.
Time for you to step
I clearly
up.
should have done this before I went across to the coast.
We will start there.
Had this conversation, I mean.
One more question. What does Ruby look like?
Boyish. Hair's red. Dyed. She looks like a lorry man.
I don't think I've seen anyone like that. Do you know what she's doing with ULAN frequencies?
The what now? I have no idea. Boys?
She said she's building a pale emitter.
A what?
What?
We were talking about radio equipment. She said she's doing ULAN
What?
frequencies and a
Why would
pale
you want to
something.
emit it?
This guy barely understands what he's talking about.
There you have it. Pale something.
Well, that's promising.
It feels like you'll get to know soon enough.
It's not much, but it'll do.
It'll have to.
Sure.
His grip is firm and reassuring.
Hey
like
man, we
holding
reconciled a
piece
little
of
bit, me and
unpolished
Titus.
granite.
We came very close to fighting, and now look at us. He's a willing witness, a willing hand in the investigation.
Not just granite, tightly packed RCM sergeant material.
You should be a cop. Nope.
No, he already is a sergeant. That's what you're feeling. He just wasn't sure what you are.
Well, damn. All right, I'm gonna do this thought. Yeah, -1 reaction speed. That's our full thought profile completed, you guys. For now. Okay, sick. Ask the fisherfolk in the village. That is the most pressing matter. Well, relating to the case. Or we can go talk to Pale. What do you guys think? I like that you have no idea what a pay limit is, but you know it's bad news, yeah. I reckon do now, that's for sure. Since we've been in the church. I wonder if I can speak to Joyce about the Pale anymore. Because was she the first person to tell me about it? I think she was, yeah, because that was like the reality, like what is reality role you guys were telling me to do. So I wonder if I can go... I'm going to quickly go and see if there's anything more I can ask her. Pale driver time? Alright, let me go talk to Joyce quickly. And then we'll talk to Pale. Let's get the lowdown on this fucking doomsday charade. Come here, Joyce. You can ask her about the slogan on the mosaic. Pale or... Joyce is gone? Went to the village on the coast. See you there. Okay. Maybe we haven't explored all the coast. Alright, Pale it is. Well, let's do it. Make sure my morale is... charged up if we're about to find out more about why the universe is doomed. Not going to be an exciting... Well, it will be an exciting conversation, but it's going to be heavy. It's going to be heavy. She's over here, right? Oh, there she is. Alright, Jesus, strap in.
Lowman, you caught me at an opportune moment. This awful weather keeps me awake. You can entertain me with your questions.
Sure. Joyce is where Lillian is and has more dialogue now. Okay, nice one. Before I came, you seemed away.
She's just a distracted old woman. We should maybe let her get back to her thing.
She's got Pale in her name.
You hear that, Lowman? I don't think your partner likes you spending too much time with me.
Why is that, Lieutenant?
Nothing. I just don't think she's connected to anything.
She's connected to everything, kid.
It's because of the Pale. He doesn't want your frail mind caught up in it. And this woman has spent time in the Pale. A lot of time.
The routes you drive are unusual, aren't they?
Some of them are like home to me now. I would say the routes I drive are usual to me.
What routes?
Lomonosov's Land, Udashnaya Zemlya, the Western Plain.
She nods and closes her eyes again, letting her mind submerge.
A terrible cold comes over her, rattling her teeth as she stares inward.
The Transcatolia Magistral, you for 1A. At Estradas do Mirador, all the good ones. The deep trenches, where the bluebirds fly.
She opens her eyes again and shudders. Right until your death, sister. I'm something of an expert in blacking out. You should take better care of yourself.
You're right, Lowman. I'm the one who should take my health more seriously.
Yeah, that is a bit rich coming from me, I'll admit.
A correct appraisal. You're quite shabby.
Mm-hmm. I could shave off the sideburns.
Is that all you woke me up to say?
I think I know what's going on with you.
And what is that?
She sticks a filterless cigarette into a cigarette holder and reaches for the light. You're a pail driver. You transport goods through the pail.
Great. He asked the Pines rep about the pail, and now he's talking to everyone about it.
It's important, Kim.
Fine then. Just
Okay.
try not to black out again.
Nah, I'm taking this very seriously.
We don't have time for that.
Okay. Oh, I'm contemplating, Kim. I'm drawing existential conclusions from this.
Exactly what I didn't want you to do. Ma'am, my partner wanted to know if you work in pail transport.
No offense. But your partner?
She lights a cigarette. A white and silver cloud of smoke disappears into her mouth. It's interesting because, like, if you knew for a fact the universe was ending, and we don't have a timescale for it, I do kind of understand Kim's perspective, because naturally you would think, oh my god, we gotta freak out, we gotta understand this, what does this mean, why is this happening? But, like, it's like impermanence, right? You just got, if you just take it for a fact, you're like, well, it seems very much outside of our control. What can you do? The universe is going to end. It sucks that it's going to be, you know, maybe in the next 10 years, but going to end. We're all going to die eventually.
Seems like a bit of an idiot.
May as well go out together.
Republica. A filterless cigarette from Misk.
Not now, sweaty. Mummy's contemplating reality boiling away into nothing. I mean, did you mean sweetie, not sweaty? Now, sweaty. That's my pet name. Republica? It's not very healthy.
Neither is spelled transportation. Life is transitory.
I blacked out from sheer heartbreak and lost all memory of the world. I used to think that it was this, many moons ago, but it's actually, I think this one is the truth.
Like Gabriel Buenguerro in Segúreme, Paraíso. You're the opposite of me, then. I remember everything, even the things I never knew.
Things you never knew?
The smell of liquor on Gabriel's lips after the shoot. In the motor park.
Gabriel
The
Buenguerro.
roses on the day of Franco Negro's coronation.
I know who that is.
The grand stairs of Ryle. The smoke from the Fowling Piece when Dolores Day was shot.
It was love that did you in, yeah. Fucking preach, man. She remembers all of the innocences?
The look on her face, like an orgasm. The wound in her chest. My hand in my father's hand. Except I never had a father. And I never shot her innocent Dolores Day.
Yeah, I need to talk to Joyce again because she was telling us stuff about, like, what happens when you spend time in the Pale. And time gets all weird, right? Like it was like you start perceiving time non-linearly or something. Which is basically what's happened to the Pale driver. Over radiation? I think when you're exposed to Pale too much, you become untethered in time and eventually history swallows you completely. Nice. That's what I was getting at. She remembers memories, yeah. Like a daisy chain. Memories of memories.
Heroic doses, Hervé. Heroic.
Isn't that dangerous?
Thought insertion? Dithering? The Grad Catala Magistral? It's more than dangerous. It's sad. But at first I had to make a living. Now...
The Pale is made out of degraded memories, or more broadly history. She visits the memories of others. She can go to them. One day she won't come back. Shit is so heavy, man.
When you've seen it all go away like that, rolling off like the sea, and
Like
then
the sea.
come back to this,
She gestures at the square, the broken horse monument, the clanging of machines in the distance.
What are we doing here? For thousands of years, Gabriel. It doesn't have to be like this. We can just give up. We can just become a vapor.
Who was Gabriel? Was he from like a film? Gabriel Benguero in Seguirmi Paraiso. What does it look like, the Pale?
Like looking into the ocean at night, in the dark.
And
you cannot see it, but you know it's there. And it's big, bigger than anything. Bigger than all the other things combined.
What does it feel like?
Nothing. Until it starts. When you are deep enough. Then, for me, it's like autumn. Dark, gray, and orange. The orange of street lights and the color of streets and electric light. It smells like autumn too. It smells terrible.
I like the smell of autumn. Damp leaves.
Nostalgia. Cooped up in the cabin, shaking. Terrible nostalgia. For yourself. For humans. It's too much to bear. She loves it.
How do you pass through it?
In the belly of an airship, behind the cell windows. So you don't look straight into it. It's not advised to look into it.
In the belly of an airship? Not on this lorry, then?
No, the same one, a roller. They all are nowadays. Special wheels for connecting to the floor of the hold.
She points to the machines clumped up like toys.
The wheels all small and round. Multi-axle trailers.
One last thing. You said we can just become vapor?
Yes.
I feel I already have what you have in some way.
They say there is a point. One that I have not crossed. In the Pale, super deep. If you stray too far, of course, on the U41A, or in Lomonosov's land, where every step you take is one step further from home, no matter the direction.
God damn, the writing in this game is so good. The Pale's super deep.
It's a point you cannot come back from. Your mind becomes so radiant with the past, there is a flip. Instead of writing, it erases memory, nearing some kind of indescribable finale. Maybe you've been down the motorway south?
She looks at her cigarette. It's almost out. She has swallowed it hungrily. Then at you. The motorway south?
It's a story as lone horsemen tell. Lone horsemen, Jerife, not Pale drivers. Way beyond the established Pale that's lit by radio frequencies, where it goes silent and dark, and the process begins, erasure, kilometer by kilometer, in any direction. The motorway south is a road you cannot come back from.
What is at the end of the motorway south?
No one knows what's at the end. I've only glimpsed the beginning. I've only felt it in the distance.
Oh no, we've got too many good thoughts now.
A child rowing on the lake.
Mom?
Josiana.
A sigh escapes her lips, then silence as she stares within herself.
There is nothing more to do now. She's far away.
You've fried both your brains enough for today, detective.
My brain's pretty fried.
Let's get some air. This one's far gone.
He shakes his head silently as he turns to leave. So we have 100% been through the Pale. The Pale deep. Super deep, eventually. Ah, shit, I'm getting so... I need this, man. At the edge of the map, the landmass begins to disintegrate into pure trigonometry. The ocean melts, becoming a tangle of sines and cosines. The mountain range turns into a sharp-angled azimuth. Its green rain shadow dithers, like music turning into a waveform, and then vanishes. This is the end, a half-remembered textbook from your childhood. The porch collapsing on the edge of the Isola. A transition from reality to Pale, A single vector shoots out like a rocket. It is the motorway south, splintering off from the known pale. To where? Where does it go? Have you got a thought with crappy rewards? Yeah, 100%. I just don't have the skill points to forget one. Like, I'm not bothered about... I mean, I'm not bothered about any of these compared to, like, actual Pale knowledge. Some of them are really good. But, like, I could get rid of Anti-Object Task Force. That's kind of just a meme one. So, yeah, we can easily get rid of more. Yeah, we've got to internalize it. But then, obviously, the problem is we've got to get 2 skill points before we can internalize it now. Like, and any future thought. We need 2 to do anything with it. Which is a shame. But, yeah, 100%. Helped Egghead with the beat. We tried that and failed. I think that needed a skill point to forget thoughts is a bit much. Yeah, it's a bit of a shame. Does it take more XP? Okay, no, it only ever takes 100 XP, so you don't have to do more to get skill points. But yeah, it just means that, like, I'm gonna struggle to upgrade any of these because obviously it's like I can't go back to that for another 3 skill points time. Just 1 point. Oh, sick. Oh, okay, that's okay then. Oh, good, good, good. I thought I was gonna have to buy it again, but yeah, that actually makes sense. Okay, cool. Find the murder weapon. Is this lost to us forever? Locate a working firearm. I think I failed the analytics check on the broken one, which is probably why I was just like, let's just get rid of it. I probably also had like 50 cents to my name. I guess the only other thing then is go back to the village and look around for Ruby. Well, not the only other thing. Estelle refused to talk about her friends. Maybe she'll open up later after you've helped them set up the nightclub. So we could do that. What time is it? We could go for like half an hour more. Let's go to church. Well, we'll finish this day because it's like 10 o'clock now, right? Yeah, 10 to 10. Let's finish day 4. Do we know if the floorboards are opened up now? Was that what I needed with the pail? We can check when we go to sleep for the night.
She's whistling a melody. Her trusty contact mic attached to a wooden pulpit.
How could you whistle over the top of this music?
She stops what she was doing.
I'm hoping
to you.
If we clear up a couple of little side quests, we only need 25 XP more. Then we can start on that thought and call and finish the day, and we'll be in a good spot. Yeah, ask around the village about Ruby before you go to bed and see what you can see. Okay, sounds good.
Hey there. I've been recording some new audio from all these beams and rafters.
Let's just get 24 XP for doing this side quest.
Cool.
That'll be sick.
Creeks and stuff. Like you're underwater, you know?
Okay, so we need more about Ruby.
But like, underwater inside
because
a tree.
She's under the floorboards?
But that's not really what I wanted to talk about. I wanted to thank you instead.
What for?
For getting me and my friends in here. And we even found some new associates, such as they are.
How's everybody doing?
Good, I think. Noid is getting a read on the place. I think he finds the carpentry very impressive. Andre's been setting up the compressor and dancing. Egghead's been keeping the party up. He's got the stage under control. Sauna, the programmer, she's doing whatever she does. Behind that radio computer of hers. She doesn't talk to us much.
No
and
crap
the crab
man yet.
Hasn't shown himself, thank God.
Have you seen a red-haired woman around?
No.
Just no?
It's pretty desolate here. I only hear the dogs bark at night and see the shadows move down the coast.
Long shadows, short shadows, quiet shadows of local children, loud shadows drunks, and also a shadow made of sticks. You breathe on your hands for warmth.
Considering what we're trying to do here, that doesn't seem like a good sign.
Superstition. We can turn a grim desolation into a fun dance club, and thus also help turn this hellhole around.
Now can you tell me about your associates?
Sure. You helped
Only
us
10
out.
XP.
I can repay the favour. What do you want to know?
Well, I want to know what the deal is with Egghead, mostly.
What do you mean?
Where's he from? How long has he been with you guys?
Actually, we don't know where he's from, or who he is, really. One time we were out partying somewhere in backwater Forburg. Or maybe even Coal City. I can't remember. Maybe it was Coal City. Egg was yelling along to some jam someone was spinning, all night long. Just kept yelling until he didn't have a shred of voice left. When the sun came up over the mines. There were mines? Yeah, it was in Coal City.
Okay.
Egg came with us. He made this wheezing puppy dog sound all the way back. Couldn't even speak. It was definitely Coal City, because it took us 2 days to walk back to the fort. He just wheezed the whole way. We never really asked why he came with us, or who he was. I think his name is Jermaine. People are sweet.
You can see it must have been a great night. The memory causes her to go silent for a moment or two. You wish you'd been there.
What does he think he's doing when he yells all that stuff?
Oh, that. He's the party boy.
Party boy?
A Nordic music doesn't really do vocals in the traditional sense. Vocals are thought of as rock. That's to say they're a bit backward. No offence if you like rock music though. Rock music's cool by me.
Oh, no offence taken. Go on.
Anyway, even if you don't have vocals, you still need someone to say something every now and then, right? To urge things on.
Right.
That's
He's
where
like
the party boy comes in.
He's like a hype man.
He basically just stands on the stage and dances and yells how awesome everything is. It's very catchy.
I understand. People are usually afraid to do things if others aren't already doing them. Dancing makes you dance, like sneezing makes you sneeze, or yawning makes you...
We saw that in practice earlier. It was contagious on the dance floor.
Anyway.
There you go. We certainly saw that in practice, didn't we?
Yes, I suppose we did.
Tore that shit up, Kimmy.
Tore it to pieces.
Tell me more about Egg.
What do you want to know?
Actually, no. It's all good.
Who do you want to know about?
Okay, I'm actually going to leave that for now, because
Sure.
we got a person to find. We got a suspect to find. I'm guessing this check with Egghead is still locked, yeah?
Yeah! Harder!
I didn't have an option to ask about the redhead woman. What about Andre? He's still dancing. This guy's going all night long.
The god of dance is back.
Okay,
Dance
never mind.
goodbye, officer.
Sooner? They did say along the coast, so I'm probably
Yes,
asking
what
the
is
wrong
it?
places. Here we go. Have you seen anyone suspicious? Say, a woman named Ruby.
What? No. No one's suspicious around here.
Okay, thanks. We may as well ask Noid. We've asked everyone else.
Yo, man. What's on your mind?
No. Don't matter. Back to the rave. I'm guessing I can't talk to Crabman anymore. Alright, let's go wandering. I feel like potentially... Oh, there is the phone. That seems like a lot now. Maybe one little phone call before bed. I think all the way to the west where like the cryptozoologist was, I hadn't searched fully. Potentially harder to spot in the dark, but yeah, like I don't think I've been over here yet. Oh, this section of the coast hasn't been used in decades. Whoa, glasses. Cool glasses. And a bit of morale to boot. Yeah, I haven't been here yet. Got some money. There's a whole new building by the looks of it. Oh, maybe this is the area of the boardwalk I have to check. Can I get round there? An old ticket taker booth. Ticket taker booth. People paid money to park here? Okay, this looks promising. What is this?
A scattering of bullet holes is spread across the cracked wall.
Oh, yeah, here we go.
Reaching from one corner to the other.
Look, Kim, even more bullet holes. Something's definitely gone down here.
Correct. The density of the bullet holes is unusual. Even in a general average bullet hole frequency in Martinez sense. Grim affairs. Meaning, this is a lot of bullet holes. Looks like fully automatic rifle fire. Something you don't see these days.
The lieutenant also nods. It is quite a scene. The two of you standing next to the broken wall of an abandoned building, nodding along. The lieutenant is nodding so hard it looks like his head is about to snap off his neck. The lieutenant matches your nodding pace. He's a true professional at this. The nodding's reaching critical mass. You can't take this much longer, Captain. A small bead of sweat runs down the side of the lieutenant's face as he maintains his nodding.
My neck started hurting.
It's too much.
It's too much.
You can feel your vertebrae starting to
I gotta
crack,
stop.
your muscles groaning. As the lieutenant takes out her
was
handkerchief
intense.
and softly taps the sweat off his temple, a faint crack echoes through the coast.
Oh, I love this game, man.
Almost snapped your neck, but I fucking got this.
Mm-hmm.
No pain. No pain.
I died.
Phew.
IRL.
Got off lucky there.
Whew.
That
Surprised
could
I
have
didn't bang
resulted
the
in
mic.
a world of hurt.
Alright. It's a good moment to stop. My neck was starting to hurt.
But I love
If there's nothing more, we should get going.
I love the imagery of that. It's amazing. Just nodding at like extreme pace. Visual calc. Let's have a look. That was so funny. Visual calculus. It was glasses, wasn't it? I think that's all we've got. I'm slowly starting to remember what buffs what, but I can't not look through all of them at the same time, you know? Okay. Cigarette? How's our health looking? Oh, yeah, definitely. I've got them in my hand. Oh, it's my last cigarette, though. I have to go buy some more off that drunk. If they were cheaper. I feel like they were about the same. Actually, no, I think they're a bit more expensive. I guess it's just so you have cigarettes to buy over here, so you don't have to go back to the shop every time.
A scattering of bullet holes is spread across the
83.
cracked wall,
We like it.
reaching from one corner to the other. A row of ghostly
That's good.
shades stand facing the wall. There are many of them, a dozen at least, their heads lowered and eyes blindfolded. It's quiet. No sound, no movement. 10 meters away, other shades are lined up in an orderly manner, automatic rifles primed. A gust of wind blows by. The coats of the firing squad flap slowly in the breeze.
So nothing
A
to do
single
with the murder.
person stands on the side. A long time has passed since the moment of this fusillading. Rain and brine have since washed all the blood away. Not a trace remains.
What is this?
The abundance of bullet holes leads to two options. Either an inordinate amount of executions were performed here, or they did not use a conscience round, where only one soldier has the loaded rifle.
Was that
Looks like
what they
this
did?
was a mass execution with everyone fully armed.
They would only have one person arm it? So the actual firing squad was more of like just the spectacle of it, I guess? That's kind of weird, I didn't know that. Let's look at the soldiers.
7 men in combat uniforms and dark coats, holding automatic rifles aimed at the people. Soldiers from some side, but from which one?
Mate, imagine a firing squad with an automatic weapon. I thought it was just one shot. That's so grim.
Men of duty. Dark duty.
Who were they?
Murderers. twisted by orders. Young boys forced into killing.
What about the people against the wall? The point is nobody knew which of them fight. Oh, so it's for the soldiers' sake? Oh, I get it.
A host of men, probably in everyday clothes.
That makes a lot of sense, actually.
Ragged from the conflict and covered in dust. They were not sitting, a common practice for executions in some nations, as demonstrated by the height level of the bullet
That's
holes.
why it'd be called a conscience round. I get it. Mr. Wolf, when you're ready. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. They all fired a shot.
They stand, facing the wall. It's impossible to discern any details about their personality or background. Ordinary people, familiar, each and every one of them.
Who were they?
Comrades, the forsaken, the wretched, who tried to rise against the horrors of the world. The commandant, the one who gives the order.
Mr.
Machine
Wolf.
gun fire crackling through the air, the lights of the muzzle flashes dancing on his face.
Right you are, sir. Ready, men. Aim.
I don't know. I don't know who died here, lined up beside that horrible wall. It could have been any of the parties involved in the revolution. Perhaps the ones executed here were the loyalist conservatives, killed by the communists at the start of the Civil War. Or it could have been the communists, put to death during the last stretch of the conflict by the coalition forces.
Mm-hmm.
Remember what Trent Heidelstein said about Feld?
Am I supposed to remember that? What if it was the Feld personnel when their assets were being seized by the revolutionaries?
Another likely scenario.
Oh god, not another nodding war.
Or maybe...
What about people from the coalition? The so-called moralists?
Yeah. It's very unlikely the coalition forces were the ones who died here. They were always the last ones against the wall. To be honest, if a coalition member was anyone in this situation, it was a commandant, the superior giving the orders.
Goodbye.
A cold sea wind blows away the figures. Behind this building, the other one, once filled with engineers and designers of Feld Electric.
I can have two
now
thoughts internalizing at once, right?
But for some rats, you feel drawn, for some reason,
Obviously,
to the faded mural again.
It'll take more of a hit, but I think it's worth. Which one have we got going at the moment? This is -1 reaction speed. This one is going to give us... Oh, we've got 2 going already. We're going to have 3 going. But this one's nearly done, though, so that's good. This is -1 visual calculus, which we are using a little bit at the moment, but it's got to be done, man. Can't wait around. This is big news. Okay, let's see. +1 pain threshold and all psyche learning caps raised by 1. I'm going to go purely based on the bonuses. All intellect caps and +1 for every orb clicked. That's kind of OP. +3 perception is really good. This hasn't really helped me much because red checks are pretty infrequent. And pain threshold raised, cap raised to 6. But I mean, we're not anywhere near getting that, so that's potentially one we could lose. Which one was that one? Rigorous self-critique we could lose. -1 logic, learning caps for all of those raised, which I don't think I've really gone near the learning caps of any of them. Yeah, like none. I suppose the motorics and intellect, because they're lower, will be more useful. But like my physique caps, I'm not going to get anywhere near that. So that's another option. Composure, learning cap for composure, electrochem, and suggestion, and that gives us -1 logic. So we'd actually get improved logic if we got rid of that one. I might get rid of that one then. Yeah, I'm gonna get rid of this one. Even though it's fun being a superstar cop. Visual calculus is cap is raised, so we're gonna lose some there. But so it will go back down to 3 instead of 6. But we're only at 2 anyway. I think that's fine. And it buffs our logic up a little bit. So our logic will go to 5, which is kind of decent. So let's get rid of this one. Thought we'll be lost forever. Do it. And then motorway south. God, we're deep in the lore thoughts now, man. Okay, like it. Not only barred shut, but inaccessible. Oops, I didn't mean to talk to you there, Kim. Foul? What the hell is a peepo peepo? Is it a... Sick. We're so close now. We don't have a found top is the only thing. And a scarf, but it doesn't look like you will need a scarf. Oh my god, look at us. Maybe with these cool glasses we just got? Yes. Look at that, you guys. Absolute swag dripping. A door, a building, a hiding place. Could the instigator be inside? Indeed. Ooh, some stuff there. 43 cents. Can we go down here? What? Why the hell are we running this way? We go around the other side. I do not know where I've sent him. Okay, hold on. Let's explore this a little bit more. Cryptozoologists out here doing work. No days off. 10:15. They're still working. Still in the exact same spot looking for that stick insect. Respect the grind. Okay. So was it like down here? Okay, yeah, so this is where I told them. Okay, so that's kind of that area checked off, I think. Nothing going here. It said ask the fisherman people. Fisherman people. I'm guessing this is closed. Okay, let's ask washerwoman.
Our tenant, the policeman. I hope the waves don't keep you up at night. What can I help you with?
Have you seen a red-haired woman named Ruby around the coast?
Nay, I haven't seen anyone lately.
Okay. Do you know who I'm talking about?
This is my little cinder block town. I know what goes on around here.
Okay.
She's being evasive. She knows something.
There was a murder in Martinez. She might be a suspect. We would appreciate your help.
Would you now? I know how this world works. And it doesn't work when people tell on each other.
This isn't about the Union, you know. You don't have to worry about retaliation.
Ah, I should have known. This is yet another Union mess.
No.
I'm not afraid of them, you know. We are not in the habit of being afraid around here.
Enough of this. She better start talking right now.
I don't want to intimidate this old lady. I see. You know something, but you've decided not to tell us.
There's not much to tell. People come and go. Now, was there something else?
I see, ma'am. I hope you don't mind if we look around anyway.
Is there a role I can do to get to talk?
You should look around your shack. Maybe she's rented it out to others too.
Okay. The washerwoman is hiding something. Look around. Maybe get into her shack somehow. Okay. Is this one? Perhaps. Let's look around the back of my shack. Back of my shack. Just water. Across the way, this is where the tents were. But nothing here now, I'm guessing. Just a load of open spaces. Or there was this. No, that's the church. Okay. Okay. Come on. We're close. I mean, do I now have the option to pick the lock or something? Nope. Oh. What about... I can't just bust her door open. No. I literally can't. You should look around your shack, wanders off into the reeds. Well, he said around the shack. Or do we mean in the shack?
I see you haven't left our little Martinez yet. Still running around. Mm-hmm. Like some kind of cross-country law official.
Well, I still have a case to solve.
Hi. I guess you do.
Oh, you said this
What's
is where
on your
Joyce
mind,
was, right?
Officer Harry?
Around the shack. Am I not around the shack? Around being in the shack. They mean the floorboards! Okay, shit. I was looking too deep. Well, or not deep enough. I'm looking for someone else, actually.
Oh?
I'm looking for a suspect who may have stayed in this neighborhood.
Okay. When did this person stay here?
Very recently, over the past few days. She might have arrived on Friday.
Oh. I've been out on the sea for most of the past week. The weather's been good for fishing, so I usually start at 4 in the morning.
Really?
Yes, that's the optimal time. Got to make the most of the calm. I've been sleeping like a corpse after. The sea really takes its toll. Now I'm just waiting for the wind to settle to get out there again. Sorry I couldn't help you out. Maybe I can help you find someone else.
That's alright.
Really? Are you sure you're not also looking for Nadia Harnancourt? Or Ignis Nielsen? Or the Great Lost City of Ace under the waves?
Ugh, I am looking for a lot of stuff, aren't I?
A lot of stuff.
Well, I guess so. Doesn't feel like a lot to me. I could be doing more. Maybe there's someone missing from your life.
Oh.
Oh, God.
There's plenty missing. But that's too much for even an eager terrier like you to handle. Although you seem very thorough. Tell me, instead, is there something else I can help you with?
Is that your boat?
Sure is. The Sun, I call her. Coated with a fresh layer of tar just yesterday.
Okay.
It'll take some time for it to dry, assuming the sunny days continue.
Alright, I do need to go look into my floorboards. My dear?
Aye. Sunny days.
No, ma'am. We have no quarrel with sunny days.
Good. 'Twould have been bad news had it turned out it wasn't a sunny day.
'Twould have.
Bad news for the skiff, bad news for the nets, bad news for the kids.
There's a moment's silence. She looks at the rain streaming down the yellow belly of the boat.
When do you think it'll be ready? There's something we might have to check out on one of the islands? The origin of a shot. Oh, right.
Shot, huh? The boat will be ready when the sea turns and the winds settle. You can't command the weather, officer.
Waves wash the sand. A skiff moves across the mirror-smooth sea, far away from here. A lone passenger, a fast sloop in the distance. White sails.
Okay. Floorboards! Floorboards, and we won't literally end the day, but we'll have
It's
it ready.
getting late, and it's raining. Time to call it a day.
Good night, Kim.
Good night, officer. We'll meet in front of the shack in the morning.
Floorboards. Is this a roll, I wonder? Here we go, guys.
As you look at the floorboards in this corner of the shack, it's clear one of them isn't quite level with the others. The edge of a floorboard next to it looks scratched. Hollow space underneath the floorboards is dark and damp. You can barely make out the mixture of sand and sawdust below.
What's in here?
Nothing particular catches your eye. Looks like more reeds. There might be something hidden inside the sand, though. Something bad. Someone's night thoughts. A last resort. A bad idea.
Uh-oh.
You stick your hand in and start combing through the sand. Dry, not like outside. Fine dust. And then something hard wrapped in paper. A small cylindrical object. You pull it out. A bullet.
Interesting.
The floorboard doesn't care. But maybe the washerwoman does. You have enough to confront her with.
Okay, let's do it. Let's do
It's
it. Let's do
extra
it.
ammunition. She's locked and loaded, ready to fight some cops. Holding the bullet.
Oh, we
get the
probably
feeling
shouldn't do that without
this
Kim,
isn't
right?
ammunition against you. It's for herself.
Feels like a pretty prime part of the case for us to do it without Kim.
An old mirror hangs on the wall. You see the reflection of your face.
Sideburns off?
On the table, you see a bowl of water, a rough soap, and next to it, a small hand.
Nah,
a straight
sideburns
razor.
forever, baby. Alright, you guys. I think we'll call it there. I think I'll go to sleep, start up next stream. And then it's day 5. Final day? Maybe? I'm tempted to stream tomorrow. Because like I said, there's that new game that comes out on Tuesday. That I wouldn't mind dipping into. But then, I suppose if we've got more than one stream left, I feel like a day will take more than one stream. But I might stream tomorrow anyway, because we're right there. I can feel it. I've finally gotten hold of some progress and understanding. Alright, let's do that, dudes. Go on, then. We want more. It is hard to stop sometimes. You can complete in 2 more streams. Okay. I might stream tomorrow, you guys. Hopefully Cam's about, he can jump on as well.
I'll just keep the Cordelacci in the channel, if that's okay. It's too shallow near the pier.
Aye, ma'am. And it's a jetty, by the way.
Of course. Jetty. I prefer a good jetty to a pier any day. Jetty.
Okay. Hello.
Hello, detective.
She fastens the end of the line around the post and straightens her back.
It's good to see you here. I only just arrived myself.
What brings you here?
Nothing, really. I've had my eye on this jetty for weeks now, so I decided to investigate
One to solve the case, one to solve
This cluster of
everything.
buildings isn't on any of the official
I
maps.
think
as far
that'll
as I
take
can
longer than
tell.
4 hours. That's the problem.
That. And she's also keeping an
Alright,
eye
yeah.
on you.
I think I'll stream tomorrow, you guys. I'm feeling it. Little Friday stream, cheeky. And then we can probably finish on Tuesday. Wrap it all up. Or Saturday if we're feeling super crazy. I am out Saturday though. Just scupper all my plans to play disco. You been spying on me, Joyce?
Spying has such a negative connotation. I did track your progress along the coast, however, and decided I would be better able to assist you from here. Then there's the matter of that little scamp in old lady clothes. She threatened to paint the Cordelacci red.
The skull.
Like blood, you see.
Skull lady.
Well, I like it the way it is. White.
So, how do you like it here?
How do I like it?
She cast her gaze toward the village. Bad idea to talk with vapor in my mouth. Slush melting on the cinder blocks. Construction work left half finished 10 years ago.
Water drips down eaves of Eternite. The jetty below her feet creaks to the tune. The smell of salt and dog shit in the background.
Lovely.
It's pornographically poor. The street has no name. All the men are dead or
Interesting
missing.
choice of advert.
And is that the carcass of a motor carriage over there?
All right. Politics time. Let's react.
Politics time, my favourite. The working class have no idea what's happening to them. Try not to be scared. This is just how the real city looks.
Oh, I'm not frightened, officer. I'd never...
Above you, there forms a quilt of altocumulus clouds, twisting into each other. The wind tugs and stretches them over the bay. Their cloud shadows slide over the ruins of Revachol West. Wherever they pass, the temperature drops slightly, but perceptibly.
Have I told you how they discovered this place?
This... Isola?
Yes, in Cialinde.
No, you haven't.
Well, your condition has left you no worse off than most of these people. The literacy rate is around 45% west of the river. 50 years of occupation have left these people in an oblivion of poverty.
45% is around where I operate.
It's a pity. Most of these people will never know what this place means, this island of matter, or why they were ferried over in the first place. Remind me to tell you one day. For now, how can I assist you in this new location?
Tell me something else.
Of course.
Oh.
I hear you have singled out a suspect and are in pursuit. This is cause for cautious optimism. How can I help you at this juncture?
Okay, that was the only new thing. Alright, let's talk about the boat.
Well, technically speaking, I'm not on it right now.
What, have I spoken about this before, I guess? Does she have a name?
The boat? No. It is called
I
Cor
hope I didn't just miss that
19, because that's the type of sloop it is.
The word "it" feels strange. Such
Go
a
on, let's
beautiful
name it.
boat deserves a proper name. A breeze ripples through the sails and tugs at your hair. Below, the sleek, fish-like shape of the hull parts the water. Beneath that, a resounding darkness. You're reminded of something. Or someone.
I feel like your boat really needs a name.
Okay. How about Cor 19? Why?
I think you can get a bit of a resolution for Joyce's story by talking to her about Everard and the strike. Okay, sweet.
Because it was manufactured in Revachol East by a company called Cor and its hull is 19 paces long.
Ask about reality again? Yeah, that's usually the way. Sleek fish? Okay, let's call it Dolores.
Why Dolores?
Because
she's on my mind.
In an ancient and beautiful way.
Feels pretty.
Well, it means nothing to me. I think I'll stick with the factory name. But thank you for the suggestion.
How do you like it?
My sloop? I like it a lot. It's the eel's hips, baby.
Terrible.
Good.
Okay, so Everard and then reality.
Oh?
Here we go. He asked me to open a door.
A referral, you mean? I take it this was for someone in the RCM. Don't answer that.
Yes, a referral.
Such referrals
Sure.
may sometimes get you information from a man like Everard. Did it?
Everard says the Wild Pine State mercenaries after the Union and now once dead, although she probably knew that already, right? Everard asked the Union's militant wing to fully cooperate. Or maybe I can say all of it.
Misinformation. This is all because we haven't shared information on the lynching yet. See? Already the adversary uses it to their advantage. Don't let him. Hurry up on that probe. The moment you tell me you're finished at the traffic jam, I will gladly tell you the company's side of the story.
She must really want you to look into the drugs. Otherwise, she'd tell you. She was worried for a moment that she's overplayed her hand by not sharing info sooner. Then she settles down, curious to hear more.
The Union's militant wing organized the lynching.
Yes. That's the talk about town. The Hardy Boys,
Hey, Jose.
they're called.
How's it going, mate?
Find the name rather amusing, honestly.
You've tuned in just as the stream is coming to a close, unfortunately. But thanks for popping in all the same. How's it going? Everard asked the Union's militant wing to fully cooperate with the investigation.
How benevolent. Hopefully they'll help you sort this whole business out.
Yeah, all good, thanks, man.
If they haven't already.
We've had some absolute bombshells on tonight's stream. Just woke up, loving life. Waking up as we go to bed. Hopefully they'll help you sort this whole business out if they haven't already. I have reason to believe the lynching was a cover-up.
Oh my. Very interesting. So the militant wing is protecting one of their own?
Her mind races to the conclusion that most benefits her interests. That doesn't mean she's wrong, though.
Not of their own knowledge, but yes, potentially.
It looks like you may untie this knot yet.
Her eyes smile and a tingle runs down your spine.
There's something in you that really likes the way she's looking at you just now.
Nice. That's it.
Naturally, Detective. There are lighter topics to gossip about.
Do you want to just tell everything? I am a little cautious of the sharing of information between Joyce and Everett, with me being in the middle, but I don't think it can hurt us too much in the grand scheme of things, right? He asked me to deliver an envelope.
Sounds like he has you running errands, Detective. A well-established dominance ritual. Where did he have you deliver it?
Here.
Here? Oh no. What does that bloated hellbat want with my little cinder block town?
It's clear the village has already grown dear to her.
I understand electrochemistry, Joyce's total sugar mummy material. Yeah, man. Kinda prefer her over Lillian, to be honest. She's more my vibe. Number 1 is the real truth, but I assume Joyce will have guessed it anyway. Okay.
No, don't tell me. I don't want to know what he has in store for this place. Probably a statue.
It is just kind of gossip at this point, isn't it? It's kind of fun. We're just gossiping.
Statue of him, or better yet,
just bitching
his
about
twin
him.
brother. Practically the same thing, but makes him seem less like a psychopath.
Yeah, we haven't really touched on the twin brother part of it, to be fair. It's always just been one person sitting in the chair, from what I can tell, but maybe that's the point. You can't. He wants to build a youth centre here for the children of Martinez.
A youth centre with Edgar Clare's statue on top of it.
She's really fucking hung up on that statue idea.
The humidity crawls under your skin. Your eyes track her gaze, past the net picker, toward the concrete square of the nameless village off the coast of Martinez. The concrete plates cross to meet in an abstract shape. In them, small footprints, impressions left by rubber boots. Small rubber boots.
Go ahead. Help him. Make it so. I have no power to stop him.
What size boots do you wear, madame?
What? 35, I think. Why? I have mutant's feet. Very small.
Mutant's feet?
The prints are hers.
Of what was the shiver? The concrete square of the nameless village off the coast of Martinez. Small footprints. Is that where she's from? You're quite fond of this village, aren't you?
I should be. In my youth, I had a brief dalliance here in Martinez. He was an older man with impossibly broad shoulders. He's probably dead by now. Even his shack is long gone. Not that it matters. These buildings are all carbon copies of one another.
You've been to Martinez before?
Yes, I was slumming it with some girlfriends of mine. We had boats and... Don't hold it against me. My paramour certainly did not.
Sounds like you missed those times.
Not overly so. It's not like this was the only place we visited. Me and my girlfriends from Azon with our shiny boats. Like reavers. We told ourselves we were the worst thing to happen to the coast since the Coalition landed in 08. Imagine.
Oh no.
Imagine.
She's sentimental, all right. Why would she come here otherwise?
Why did you come here then, to this jetty?
I'm over-radiated, Harry. I do silly things sometimes. Out of pale-related illness. Like sail over here.
The moral of the story is, do not spend 22 days a year in Pale Transit. Don't waste your 20s slumming it with your stupid friends. And don't deliver Everard Clare's mail.
I agree with the first and the third.
Are you satisfied, Detective? What else can you tell me about your mail delivery quest for Everard? Do you think it will improve the place?
She's pointing it quite hard in there. Feels like a knife.
You'd prefer something else? Not a youth centre?
First,
I mean, I didn't think it was
there
going to
won't
be either, to
a
be
youth
fair.
centre. Whatever he has told you, or the residents, it'll be something horrific. Perhaps even worse than a statue. So, yes, I do.
Like what?
A fishery. I've been speaking with
makes more
Lillian
sense.
here. She gave me the idea. The infrastructure is all here, and with my connections. Sadly, it's just one of the million things I'll never get round to. I just have to accept that I'll never be the rich candy girl who goes around solving people's problems with money.
So you're sad you can't buy the place?
Yes. I'm sad I'll never have the time, Detective. I've always wanted a dilapidating fishing village.
She is more defensive
Yeah, I
about
was
it
detecting
than usual.
heavy sarcasm there, Joycey.
Full of ghosts and ancient memories. Has this errand yielded you any information?
Mom, this whole thing is a takeover.
A takeover?
Yeah, it's not a strike. You aren't being let in because there's nothing to negotiate. The Union is taking the terminal. That comment is amazing. He's told me so in his own words. He's taking it. He'll also use the drug trade to finance the harbour. The Union is taking the terminal. I believe that's true.
If they're taking it,
She looks toward the colourful mountain of crates like toy blocks rising above Martinez.
Green livery, changing into red, blot by blot.
then we're talking about a war. Everard needs to let me into
Sure
the harbour
is.
at once. We need to talk about this.
He's ready for a war. They all are.
They most certainly are not. Crenell has 1,000 men on their payroll. The next batch will be a platoon of 20 men and a gunship.
He said, I mean, they're just saying it from their own sides, because obviously Everard said that the Union would be completely well organized, well equipped to deal with the war. It'll take a long time to kill them all. A lot of lives will be lost.
What do you suggest I do?
Jesus, now you're asking. Will this affect your decision-making process?
Everything affects the decision-making process, Detective.
True.
A constrictor knot of contrary motives. Greed, fear. There may be a way to affect her through these microscopics.
Well, I'm not going to advocate for all-out warfare, so probably not this. Or this. It's Apocalypse O'Clock. I wish there was a disco option. The workers should have the harbour. It's not the RCM's job to make these decisions. Boring, but true. How very policeman of me.
Of course. Your job is to clean up after them. And it looks like there will be a lot of cleaning to be done in the near future.
So, what are you going to do?
What will I do?
She says, slowly looking around.
Her arms fall to her sides. Her spine relaxes.
Did I ever tell you how they discovered this Isola? During our reality lowdown?
You said you would one day.
It may be the only break we've ever caught as a species. The last one for 400 years.
Why's that?
The nations who colonized this Isola called theirs Muindi, the world. It was all they knew, all they thought would be. That there would be something more was a gamble, akin to another world, or life after death.
We know that phrase.
The Pale was thought to be impregnable, perpetual. Irene la Navigateur, the Queen of Suren, sent 8 expeditions, one after the other, into the mass at the edge of the world.
That's the one he was operating under.
5 of the crews did not return. 2 did,
thingy,
but
wasn't
had
it?
lost their minds.
This is the person who was operating under Dolores. Sent 8 expeditions, one after the other, into the mass at the edge of the world. 5 of the crews did not return. 2 did, but had lost their minds. 8. Is that a normal number?
It was anything but normal. There was no precedent. People thought she was punishing the admirals, or had gone mad, or both. Until after years of trial and error, and the development of a strict psychological regime imitating the creation process of poetry, the 8th expedition returned sane and intact. They told of a new continent of matter. They told the Queen and her counselor, Dolores Day, that the Pale had begun to condense, day after day, hour after hour, minute after minute, slowly raining down until it formed a vast ocean.
The air is cold and scented with petrichor. There are rain circles on water all around. Humidity crawls up your back.
What is
like
going on?
trail. The droplets feel warm, like spring rain.
This ocean?
The phenomenon has never again been encountered.
This is
For
a
a
pale
time,
ocean?
The crew thought they were experiencing a hallucination. The mass hand proclaimed, "Lancielinde, Lancielinde," the signal to wake up. But they could not. They were sane and conscious, as islands began to appear on the horizon. There are 78,000 uninhabited islands in the Insulindian archipelago, officer.
What?
The freckled face of God.
What?
Après la vie, la mort. Après la mort, la vie encore. Après la mort, le gris. Après la gris, le monde
What?
encore.
So they said the Pale condensed and it became an ocean. When they were in the boat, in the Pale, it became an ocean, and they found this island. And there's one of 78,000 other islands just in the Insulindian archipelago.
After life, death. After death, life again. After the Isola, the Pale. After the Pale, Isola again.
On the second day, a great skua was shot down above the flagship Lézargique. The bird was preserved and brought back, along with pollen. 4 years later, the Queen's Counsellor was proclaimed her innocence,
Oh, we got
Dolores
another
Day,
fucking
the elected world spirit.
Pale-based thought.
The age of humanism, internationalism, and
It's as if the world
parliamentary
loaded
rule
in front of
followed.
your eyes, yeah.
We were high.
We got another Pale-based thought. The Insulindian miracle. Oh, we're gonna need this too. There's not going to be enough hours left in the days to get through all this stuff. Extremely disco. Okay, so 4 years later, the Queen's Counsellor was proclaimed her innocence, Dolores Day. 4 years after this happened. So Dolores influenced the Queen to go out on the expeditions before she was declared an innocence. Then that happened. Then 4 years later, she was elected the World Spirit. And the age of humanism, internationalism, and parliamentary rule followed. We were high. Leaving us here?
On Caillou, the Pebble.
Man, I
the
need
largest
a
of the
map,
fertile, uninhabited
man, to
islands
understand,
of the
you know?
northeast Insulindian archipelago. 4
The Pale
centuries and
condensed,
2
or they
revolutions
caused
later.
it to condense. I'd really love a giant map of the world. Would be super helpful, because I just don't know what Caillou is. I don't know which is where. It's so hard to just gauge it in my mind's eye, you know? Like, I really wish they had more maps than just this one. Because you can talk, they talk about them in the bookstore, but you can't buy them, which is a shame. Like the book on Innocence has said, centuries of development happened in decades, yeah. The Pebble, the largest of the fertile uninhabited islands of the northeast Insulindian archipelago. Why do I have such trouble with this word? Archipelago. That's not right. Archipelago? It's late. 4 centuries and 2 revolutions later. It's raining. Le Caillou is the largest island in the Insulindian. I'm not going to say archipelago again. I don't know how to pronounce it. I need Joyce to say it again. The great skua was the first bird they saw.
The first living autonomous organism.
The one that Revachol is
Proof
on,
of
yeah.
reality.
Yeah, like
it's
I
the
have
symbol of Insulinde, detective. The coat of arms of the suzerain and the wings on the crest of the commune.
I have like a basic understanding. It would just be really useful to just see it mapped out, so I could like really familiarize myself with the different areas and where they are in relation to each other. The first living autonomous organism was this bird. Proof of reality. Proof of reality after going through the Pale. So they came out in like a brand new time. But they were also able to go back to... They came back. They didn't go through the Pale and land somewhere else because they came and returned to Dolores and that, right? God. I seem to have it in for it. Or it for me. I broke one. Oh,
In
that's
your
what
defense,
I broke at the start.
It is a nasty creature who plucks food from the throats of lesser birds. Yet much like Revachol, it is also magnificent and rare. Imagine the suzerain of seagulls.
As if we found proof of alien life too, yeah.
There was a sting.
Oh,
in the
right.
heart of
So
the mention
me destroying
before,
that bird probably
when she
wasn't
said
as
its
random
name.
as we thought. Because I probably knew this at the time and destroyed that bird. Destroyed the proof of reality. And the symbol of Insulinda. There was a sting in your heart at the mention before when she said its name. It's raining.
It is. Soon it will be spring and everything will blossom.
And this was the last break we got.
The nations of Mundi proceeded to discover 5 more Isolae. Or they discovered us. All in the rush of the great inter-Islary reconnection. But these others weren't uninhabited. We had to kill people there. Wipe out indigenous populations. Gunboat economies. Or they came to do the same for us. Or had done to each other. But here...
It's not clear if Insulinde existed before and was just discovered, or if Dolores Day's influence somehow caused the Pale to condense. Fucking Jesus. We'll never know.
There was no one but the Skua, the Liliat Saya, and the Blood Beach, and the River Esperance. It was the new world. The Mondials used it to amass the greatest concentration of wealth mankind has ever seen. Revachol, the suzerain.
What happened?
Revolution. Poverty. And the mercurial rise of capitalism.
Ah. What will you do?
I will surrender Terminal B to the Union.
Shit, okay. Is that within your means?
She puts her hand in the rain. She's silent for a second.
We will see.
And what about the next time?
This won't be the last strike. There'll be another, then another, until the rule of law unravels.
What happens will happen.
She takes the end in her rain-slick hand and starts untying the knot.
The age of capital has only begun. I will talk to my
Red
employers
check.
in
Shit.
person.
Here we go.
We will amputate and cauterize Martinez. If you handle the situation on the ground.
You're going now?
Yes, Mr. Clare has a 2-month head start. I can't let it grow any
damn.
bigger. And I've exhausted all my options from here.
Let me come with you. Okay, here we go. She generally avoids that term with her employers.
Forget about that. What was that about the age of capital only beginning?
Damn it.
You need to talk politics with this lady.
What further plans do you have for the age of capital, Ma'am?
In short, Harry, we will revoke the pigment standard.
Your money will no longer need to be black like chitin, and there will be so much more of it.
Amazing.
I know. Keep the peace, and I will keep my end of the bargain.
How far along are they, the tribunal?
A confrontation is imminent. They have followed in your footsteps.
Uh-oh.
As your investigation reaches a climax,
Oh, good.
so does theirs. They
Well, that's
are
good
your
for
shadow.
storytelling purposes.
Arm yourselves. Armor yourselves.
Working on it.
Protect their targets. Violence may be unavoidable.
Man, that
but
sucks.
we
It's
can
such an
limit
amazing
the
check.
casualties.
I swear I fail all the important ones. That's probably not true. We did get the dance check earlier, which was pretty huge. When will they make their move, and where?
Soon. I do not know precisely. They have cut off all communication, you see. They know I've been feeding you information. One last thing, Lieutenant Dubois. I've given the matter much thought and come to this conclusion. You're not an amnesiac. You're insane.
Oh, good. Much
I
better.
know, because I, too, am insane. I just hide my illness better. And I'm rich.
Goodbye, nether creature of the forbidden swamp. I mean, everyone's a little insane.
No, Detective. No one's as insane as you.
Thank you. How do you keep it together?
The same strict psychological regimen the 8th Admiral developed when he crossed the Pale and discovered this Isola, the Volta do Mar. It's used by inter-Easlary travelers and other troubled souls, even to this day.
You could use a little of it yourself.
Yeah, I mean, tell me about that. Volta du Mar? That sounds great. You're over-radiated?
I'm overexposed, baby. My
Baby.
travels take me through the Pale dozens of times
Reasonable.
a year. I've got the longing, and I've got it bad.
She points to her heart.
She would die to return to it. The Pale, the past, anything one can return to.
Goodbye, Rejoice Layton.
Watch out for yourself. They will strike soon.
Damn, you guys. That was deep.
Slowly, the sails turn grey-blue as more oxygen gets between you. Date of birth generator.
I mean, we got
You were
to
born
a solution
in the year
for that,
07.
but it didn't feel like a
In
good
the
one.
last year of the commune
But there
of
probably
Revachol,
isn't a simple
right
resolution
before
for
it
that.
fell, in the old military hospital on the ground floor, where people usually came to die during a snowstorm. The revolution had about 1 year left to go, and the fires were still burning bright. There were explosions in the blizzard. This was 44 years ago. You are 44 years old.
Damn,
the
pretty
bloating
young.
might never leave your face, but beneath it, you still have some
Yeah, Harkon,
years.
let us know,
You
man.
still have some hope.
Because it was a red check. We'll never know. Learning cap for logic raised to 4, -1 difficulty to all physique passives. Sweet. It's pretty good. And we're almost at another XP point. So we can get this thought, which is another one that sounded pretty useful. About the Insulindian miracle. Yeah, I want to know. I want to know this. 100%. You are reminded of a poem somewhere deep inside you, the translation of which you don't remember. Non la sarà cambiato della luce. It begins. Colori come grigio I marroni, tutti zampati una salotrio, trova un vuoto, una macchia bianca, gli altri guardon. I was wondering how far I could get until I butchered that. Joyce is part of the board. She has been referring the company and its leaders as they what? Oh, God. You were reminded of it when you heard about the discovery of Insulinda, but what does it mean and how do you know it by heart? And why is it in presumably Italian? Not helpful. But I would like to internalize that too. So we're going to have to get rid of a couple of these. I feel like these ones we got early game are not all that useful anymore. I mean, none of them, they all have amazing descriptions, but I mean, we're only, the only thing they really affect is these bonuses. So it's not a massive loss to forget them. Oh, as they when they should have been saying. Oh, right. They as they when they should have been saying we. I get you. I thought you were just drip feeding me, Harkon. Okay, that would have been good to know. But then red checks aren't super helpful to us. Well, they're helpful. I mean, they haven't been kind to us. I suppose that's what I meant. Damn, that is another day of...
It's getting late, and it's snowing.
Yeah.
Time to call it a day.
Another day of revelations, you guys. She'd always known more than she let on, and she was always more important and more powerful than she let on, yeah. I think for the most part, I was okay. She was relatively trustworthy. Like, obviously she had her motives, and she had her allegiances, and therefore her certain perspective on things were potentially warped. But I think for the most part, she's a good egg. And she's hot. What? Who said that? Right, you guys. What day 4? Day 4 has been the best day so far. Absolutely. It's felt like the same length as days 1, 2, and 3. Day 1 was pretty long. But my god, that was crazy. At the end, she tried to do the right thing to minimize casualties of Everart's war. Yeah, like, I think her heart was in the right place all in all. I'm not mad at it. Whereas, like, I obviously have, like, a seething hatred for Everart. I fucking hate that guy. Regardless of whether he's, like, has any kind of good intentions, I just can't get past the fucking slimy nature of the guy, you know? Whew. That was a lot. In the best possible way. So yeah, I think I'm going to stream tomorrow. Because I need more. I need more disco. How long are we? We're 45 hours in. So yeah, I think by about the 50-hour mark. Unless I think it's only gonna crank up, right? Shit's only gonna get crazier. Yeah, definitely bedtime, Ludes. It's 12:30. Such irresponsible streaming from me. Sorry to keep you all up, but it has been fun. Yeah, me too, mate. Ah, well. What does it matter? The universe is gonna explode eventually. Implode, explode, dissipate into nothingness. Let's make the most of this time on Earth. Playing amazing games. She would love to help people with her wealth, but she cannot change the system, nor does she have the time to do it. She is only one woman, even if she is powerful. You can't start a revolution on your own. But yeah, keep an eye on the community tab and just look out, because I'll probably stream tomorrow. So obviously, if you guys are free, would love to have you along. We got some shit to do. We got some stuff to figure out. But until then, and I hope this stream was fine. I didn't see an error message pop. So I guess I just got to stick with Streamlabs. Thanks, Harkon. Loved having you on. You too, Ludes. Thanks for sticking with me through the whole way, even when we were at 5 frames a second. It means a lot. I love the commitment, you guys, and I really genuinely do appreciate it. So, yeah. Until the next one, I will catch you then. Catch you tomorrow, hopefully. As we reach this grand finale of Disco Elysium. But yes. I was just looking for OBS and it's not there because we stopped using OBS. But yes, see you guys very soon. Take care, good night. See you guys. My ending screen has also disappeared because I deleted it to move it to OBS. So we're not going to have an ending screen. I'm just gonna end the stream right now. So, bye.